Welcome everyone to the Sunday service, and you can see my guests are on time. We are starting the Sunday service on time. Like, guys, if you have not yet already, there's a link that is pinned on top of the chat. You'll be able to at least connect to my beautiful and amazing co-hosts. You can see they are looking very demure, they're very like relaxed, they're looking like excited, and yeah, so here we are. Here we are. So we have like 10,
Huh?
we have hold on. We have 10 minutes of like chit chat. We have 10 minutes of like just trying to catch up and just like make sure that the guests are settled in. Are you connected? Have you connected to Nino and Lo? The link is literally up there. So make sure you click on the link that is pinned on top of my chat. I see Title Pro in the building. I see Bad Files. I see Big Boss Lady T. I see a number of people coming in. Eva Kika is in the house. Classic was our Sunday service guest is checking in all the way from the States. Thank you so much, everyone, for making sure that you are like on time as we settle in for this long-awaited Sunday service show. It's been months. David Ant is saying, "I'm already connected to the co-hosts." Hey, there are two of them. David Ant, there are already two of them. Nino and Lo. David Hunt is here, and
David Hunt.
David Hunt, what's going on? David's got them jokes.
My okra brother.
He loves okra, doesn't he? Hey, David, you're gonna have to try the okra thing, man.
You can already tell, guys. We've not even started the Sunday service, and the guests are already like the guests are already like on David's case because of okra. So yeah, this already gives you an idea of what the show is going to be like today. So if you have not connected to Nino and Lo, make sure you're connected to the beautiful the beautiful Lo, and of course the amazing and handsome Nino, who is next to Lo. I have to say that so that it doesn't look like Goga, you are biased. Why did you not like give me like some adjectives as well? Yes, make sure you connect to Nino and Lo. David is saying it's not fair. Nino, it's not fair. Like, yeah, Nino has started so early. He's barely even been welcomed into the house, and he's already like slandering.
Oh my God! Don't worry, David. We've got you. You're the musician extraordinaire. Don't worry, David. I'll back you up. I got you.
Yeah, David, just know that there's a video called Okra Punch on Nino and Lo's channel. You need to go watch that Okra Punch video.
Yes.
An okra. I've seen an okra punch there before. Are you guys having okra punch while at the Sunday service, or you guys are good? Or do you need any?
You have to turn the volume.
Well, okra punch, David, is one of those unique things that I'm going to suggest that you try, my brother, because if you try it, you will never regret it. And that's going to be the start of a beautiful friendship between you and okra.
Oh my goodness, David, this is not going to be David. This was not a good day. The odds were always against you when Nino and Lo are going to come to the Sunday service, and this has been a service we've been waiting for the last over 1 month, because these are very busy people. They are very busy people generally, and I'm so glad that we have them at the Sunday service. I can see you guys settling in. Grace Marku, thanks so much for coming in. Eva Kika, do you have Nino and Lo? David Eva Kika says, David Ant, I know it concerns you, but I've just prepared okra and vegetable soup here in the village. Thank you so much.
Lovely Eva.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
Soup.
That was that really necessary? You don't need to rub it into. You really did. Yeah. Nino already did like a lot of injustice there, but if it wasn't necessary. But I'll forgive
soup with vegetables.
I'll forgive you for it. I'll forgive you for it. And then I see Anastasia. Welcome. Grace, nice to see you. How is the course? Thanks so much for coming in. I see Evangelist Melvina is in the building. There's a lot of conversation around okra, and we've not started the Sunday service. There's a lot of conversation already around okra.
This is gonna be a long day.
This is gonna be a very long evening for me, and it's like going to be a long afternoon for Nino and Lo. And yeah, we're going to like have them talk to you guys shortly as you guys are checking in. One of the things I want you to make sure you do, there's a link that is pinned on top of my chat. make sure you're connected to that. Make sure you're connected to that. Oh, I just love that. That girl is distracting me. She's so adorable.
Goga, interestingly enough, that's Lo's replacement there. So we're just grooming her.
He's grooming her to replace me.
Wow, Lo, oh my God, Lo, how do you feel about it?
Well, I might be grooming her to replace him because he's a little bit of a rotary phone.
Well, hey, listen, at least I still ring.
Very technically challenged. This little one is a master on her iPad. So where he's the rotary phone, she's the new generation, right? Right.
All right. Okay. We don't. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. At least you're mentoring the new generation and the young generation to take over. We just got a raid. We got a raid from Good Vibes K. London.
Very good.
Very good.
That's awesome.
I like.
We got a raid. I have a war with you, and I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this like forever. And I said I will wait until the day they come to the Sunday service. I will not say anything. And finally, they are here. Guys, I have to make sure I... No, what are you saying? I can't hear you. What are you saying, Lo? Okay, let me give you a chance to acknowledge the raid from Good Vibes K. I see Red's Room is in the building. I see I see a number of people coming in through that raid. Big Boss is saying, wow, this is amazing. Yes, this is good vibes. This is amazing energy. Guys, if you're not connected to Nino and Lo, you need to know these people. You need to know this couple. You must have this channel. And you better have, because they've not been on YouTube so long, but they're already like causing like ripples on this YouTube space. You need to know them.
Just for the record, I'm Nino and she's Lo.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, if you're not very keen, just look at the names and where they are seated, then you'll have an idea. I like how Lo always asks us to introduce herself when she comes on chat. She's like, "Hi guys, it's Lo, so don't call me Nino."
That's true. Everyone always calls me Nino. They say hi, Nino. I'm like, it's Lo. Most of the time, but he's on there sometimes too. So.
Yeah, I always love it. Hi guys, it's Lo. Don't call me Nino. Nino, how do you feel about this? Because like when your wife is already giving disclaimers on people's chats.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very interesting because the name Nino comes before Lo, so they automatically think it's Nino. However, I'll give you guys a little bit of a tip. If I'm engaged in talking about food, it's Nino, because the only thing Lo does when it comes to food is she presses the button on the kettle to say on.
That's true. And most of the time, if it's an odd hour, like the middle of the night, it's probably
gonna be her, because
I'm awake in the wee hours of the morning doing my YouTube editing, upgrading, or doing something and trying my best to connect with our subscribers.
Guys, Nino and Lo, I'm going to give them a chance to acknowledge the beautiful raid that we just got. We just got over quite a number of people came in through that flight. I see Good Vibes K, I see Jason and Gina, I see Angel's Kitchen, I saw Simone TV, I saw Red Room, I saw Mr. Rob Albanks. Thanks so much for coming in. All the people
Jay is here. Thank you. These are all of our friends in our community, and some that we know, and some our new friends. Thank you guys for popping in.
Hi, bro Jay, thank you and welcome. And I
love the green. I love the green.
Ooh. Wait, what green are you talking about, Lo?
The green from the raid.
Oh, you're talking about good vibes green. Okay, it has nothing to do with okra, but close enough.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, go guys. See, you are perpetuating that whole thing now. It's you with this okra thing.
I didn't say anything. I'm just like acknowledge. Okay, you guys were acknowledging the raid by Good Vibes. Over to you. You are the host.
Okra facilitator.
I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so welcome everyone. Good Vibes K. Thank you so much. You could have picked anybody else, but you decided to pick us here at the Sunday service with Nino and Lo.
Vibes K. Okay, thank you, Good Vibes K. We have to connect Good Vibes. Oh, there she is. Good Vibes K. Okay.
Yeah. Fabulous Nuts, welcome. Canvas of a Runner, welcome. I already see my other co-host joining in. I like how she's sneaking into this. I love it. I love it. This is Lo's replacement for sure. Nino, I can see what
No,
you're doing.
she will sit there all day, Goga, and she'll try to sneak into a frame and she'll keep it in. Just keep her
Adorable.
She's an interesting little one.
She's always close.
Okay, and then we see. I thought I saw Canvas of a Runner there. Fabulous ASMR. Thank you so much for coming in. Somebody's been reported here. Guys, you can't be coming to the Sunday stuff. We've not even prayed and you're already giving me receipts of what happened on circumstances around the raid. They are reporting Kay that Kay delayed the flight because she could not find her glasses and things. So
it sounds more like she went to the wrong gate for boarding.
Oh no.
I almost boarded the wrong flight there.
Oh no.
At least the flight landed. That's usually the most.
Right.
That's the important thing.
That's
the important thing.
The flight landed because this week I've gone through the most because I did not crash a flight, but my passengers were arrested in some raid that I did this past week. Nino, stop giving me that receipts. Look, I'm just. Nino, stop giving me that look. You're giving me that look.
Raids are very stressful to coordinate. So as long as you make it through the turbulence and
That's
you get
it.
here, that's all that matters.
Thank you. Say it louder. Thank you very much.
That's
Thank
right.
you. I feel validated. I feel thank you, because people have been running their mouths on these YouTube streets the whole week about how I crashed a flight and because people went on a raid and then they were all arrested.
Oh no. Oh no.
So
Oh no.
everybody has been talking about it like the whole week. So I'm glad. Thank you so much for affirming me, Lo and Nino. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You got to watch out for that red.
As they say, ladies and gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelt. We're about to enter an area of turbulence.
That's right.
That's right. Oh, gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making it to the Sunday service once again. You can already tell my co-hosts they have literally taken over the show, so I'm going to make them do the heavy lifting today at the Sunday service.
Ooh.
If you have not connected to Nino and Lo, there's a link that is pinned on top of my.
Connect.
Yeah, please make sure you connect to them. They do live streams every Sunday at 4:30 Canada time. Wait,
Yeah.
which part of Canada? Because I know Canada has like sometimes that is
We have a lot of different time zones. We're in Toronto.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
Toronto.
east. Is it?
Eastern Central, yeah.
Something
Same
like
thing.
that.
Yeah, so 4:30 Eastern, 4:30 Eastern. That is for the Americans, and then so it's like we go, and then we'll definitely make sure we have that show happening. And of course, during the week, you may occasionally bump into Lo if she's not like taking care of the garden with their granddaughter. Occasionally, and then there are receipts. They usually have a receipt segment. We'll tell you about it shortly. I will tell you about it. I caught them, and I'm going to admit this at the Sunday service.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. He's been collecting those receipts.
Yeah. So if you don't have Nino and Lo, guys, there's a link that is going to stay there until the end of the live stream. So make sure you are connected to them so that you don't get to miss those. In any case, I will raid you there at 4:30 anyway. So, but make sure you're connected to them while they are here so that at least they get to see you. If you have any question that you want to ask, feel free to drop it on the chat. I'll be able to highlight it for them and read it out loud so that they can be able to respond to them. And then in case you have any, feel very free, this is not, we don't have any formalities in this Sunday service. It's just a conversation you guys can enjoy and enjoy their warmth all the way from Canada, and just get to just have fun. And once again, goodbye. Thank you so much for sending the flight here. The flight landed safely, and thank you so much for make sure that the flight lands at the palace. So guys, allow me to read a quick biography before I bring my co-hosts on the panel. They've already taken over anyway, so it's not like I'm even going to
This is a Nino and Lo takeover.
They're already taken over. They are too comfortable. They're already at home. They are too comfortable here already. They are not behaving like guests, and that tells you a lot about them as human beings. They are amazing human beings. So if you don't have them, once again, click on that pinned link. I'll keep repeating that like a broken record because it's important so that you don't miss the receipts that you can get from that particular channel. All right, so I will do a quick read up, and then of course they're going to introduce themselves and tell you who they are, that kind of stuff. So today we have a very special pair of creators who are joining us for the Sunday service, Nino and Lo. Nino is the guy in orange. We have to clarify that because I know some people normally mix them up. I know some of you did not even know that until Nino said it. Yeah, so Nino is the gentleman in orange, and then Lo, of course, the stylish one there with an African, thing going on.
This is for you, Goga.
Did you have to go and buy it or something?
No.
Just check it. Okay,
No.
Just make sure you did not break the bank before you come to the Sunday service.
No.
and then Nino has to Goga. It was kind of expensive coming to the Sunday service.
Yeah, I can feel that there's a hole in my pocket.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay.
Okay, guys. Focus. Okay, focus. Breathe in. All right. Okay, what started as a simple dare from their kids has now blossomed into a YouTube channel that is full of flavor, laughter, and heart.
Definitely.
From their backyard garden to their cozy kitchen. Let me tell you guys, you have to see their kitchen. Receipt. You have to see their kitchen. They bring us delicious recipes, real-time gardening tips, and the everyday moments that make life so sweet.
Yes.
They are proud grandparents, and you can really see one of the grandbabies there. Food lovers, garden adventurers, and travelers with a great sense of humor. This is already very clear, right? From the okra joke started. Their authenticity has earned them a loyal community, and yes, a spot in the YouTube partner program within a span of 5 months. And they're going to give us what are the tricks, what did they do, who do they bribe over at YouTube offices to get there. So whether they are harvesting fresh tomatoes, whipping a family favorite, or sharing travel stories from their adventures, not just across Canada, Asia, and beyond, one thing's for sure, Nino and Lo know how to keep life fun, real, and full of flavor. So please do take a moment to just help me welcome them. Lo, what is your favorite color?
Oh, I would say probably like a nice orange.
Okay, so like your husband's orange. Okay. Nino, I don't think Nino is going to like.
Are you gonna ask my favorite color?
Yes, I was going to ask you, but now that she said orange, I'm thinking it's obvious.
What's your favorite color?
Right here.
Your favorite color is orange?
Yes,
I always
ma'am.
thought you liked blue.
I like burnt
orange because it
Burnt
goes
orange
with
is
my
something I like.
skin tone.
I like
That's
burnt
why.
orange and like a navy blue.
Yeah, you're a blue guy.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, take a moment and just drop on me a blue and an orange heart on the chat.
There you go.
Drop on me a blue and an orange heart on the chat just to like welcome them. Let them see some color on the chat. Let them feel welcome. Let them feel the warmth of the Sunday service, when they're seated here with us. Nino and Lo, welcome to the Sunday service. Please introduce yourself to the community in the best way you know how. This is the first time I'm interviewing a couple at the Sunday service. So you're a first. These are unprecedented. This is the first time the Sunday service has 3 co-hosts at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
There's
it's a first, and I want to say thank you for making it happen. And I think it's the best of like really wrapping up the month of August. So I don't take it for granted. So guys, as you keep dropping those nice hearts, the burnt orange. Nino had to say burnt orange. Somebody on the chat is wondering what is orange? Why can't we
burnt orange? It's like an orange, but it's not so bright. It has a lot of red in it, so it's a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of hanging around the fire a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at all the hearts.
Yeah.
Oh,
so guys, drop those nice blue, and you can blue for Nino, and then of course the burnt orange. They share.
Beautiful. I like that.
I love that.
Yeah, we appreciate the love.
Yeah,
okay,
everybody is really excited to have you guys there, and I don't take it for granted. This has been a project in like waiting for like a long time because you people are very busy. We have a pretty busy
both
schedule.
work full time, and we both do shift work, right?
Oh,
so he doesn't do nights, but he does when he works. It's a 16-hour shift, so it's from morning till 11 o'clock basically, and I do day shifts and overnight shifts. So yeah.
How are you at the same
Doesn't work.
So how are you at the Sunday service? So you guys are probably from some shift or something, and you just decided to pass by here?
No, we weekend off. That's why it was so hard to schedule, because we had to make sure that we were both off and we were both awake enough. We were both awake enough, Goga.
Oh my goodness, guys, can you drop those hats? They literally had to create time for this. They literally had to create time for this, and I don't take it for granted. Red, so Red is asking.
I have to know that it was indeed a pleasure being on your show. Mm-hmm. We actually look forward to it. We're, super fan of yours, and we admire your shows and the way you conduct them, and your audience and your listeners. It's just been amazing, and it is truly a pleasure for us to be here.
Truly, and I don't remember exactly when we connected, but it was through somebody in our community. I don't know if it was Reds or I don't remember who, but I kept hearing this name, and I couldn't find you on the internet when I tried searching, because your name is actually Yoga with Goga.
Yes.
I finally found you, and it's been like home ever since. We feel comfortable here. So
thank you. You guys are going to make you're going to make my head swell. Like, guys, did you hear that? People in the back room, did you hear?
Goga, you're very welcoming. The community at large that surrounds you is very welcoming. It's like a family here. So it took us no time to fit right in, and it's our pleasure to be here on Sunday service.
The pleasure is all mine, and Reds is the one who actually connected us, and I think even I kept on like, who is Nino and Lo? Because I'm just seeing them all over the place. I'm like, Nino and then who is now Nino and who is Lo? Before I even figured out your names, it took some bit of time. Until that Sunday, I think I was told to raid you guys. I think that's the first.
Yeah, we got raided. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was Nino and Lo are live. Why don't you just read them? And I was like, okay. So I started, and I was like, oh yeah, Nino and Lo, they're live. And I think we stayed there until God knows whatever time you guys finished your stream. Yes. And I think I was like, these are my people. This is my tribe.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Reds, for making this happen. Reds,
listen, the one thing I don't want you to do, Go, is I don't want you to throw too many compliments to Reds, because otherwise he's going to break the bottles and start putting things in glasses. And you know what happens when he starts that.
Nino,
passing out the drinks.
Nino, you're going to get me into trouble on Mix Up Radio.
Oh no!
Nino, you're going to make me content on Mix Up Radio tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Reds, I'm not the one who said it. It is the co-host.
It started.
There he goes.
He's at it.
Reds is our fellow Reds, Canadian. He lives right here in Toronto. We love Reds.
Reds is amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Nice. Have you guys met and stuff? Like, that would be an amazing link up.
Yes. We hope to do that. We have to do that, Reds. Come on, we have to do that. There's a few of us here in Toronto that one of our subscribers, and now one of our feels like family, we just ran into over the summer. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. Somebody that you meet online, that you connect with, and then to just bump into them, you feel like you're seeing a family member. It's so special.
I love that, and I think he agrees that you guys should do a link up soon. So I think it's a date. It's a date.
Yes, we'll definitely do that.
Let's make it happen.
Yes.
All right. So who is Nino and Lo? How did you find yourself on this YouTube street? Because you guys, you have been very clear that
Sorry. Who wants to start? You want to start, or you want me to start?
You can go ahead and start, because this is truly a story.
Oh, such a gentleman.
Well, I'll tell you, we're a character. This house, as you see it, is part of the character. It's part of the story.
Before you get started on that, we've always been told by family members.
That's what I was going to say.
You guys need to have
a reality
show.
Yes.
You guys are crazy.
Yes.
So go ahead.
We've heard that so many times, that you guys need to set up cameras. You need a reality show. There's always something going on. It's always spontaneous. And it's always fun. Whenever people come for Thanksgiving gatherings, it's always fun. So we were here, and we both had the big C, from the pandemic. I don't even want to say the word, but we were both sick, and we were sitting right in this very spot, looking out the big picture window out to our front yard. And the house was on quarantine basically, so it was just us, and we watched a lot of YouTube, a lot of channels and YouTube programs that we don't usually watch. And then all of a sudden we said we could do that. We could do that. So one day, spontaneously, we were having breakfast. I think I was eating porridge. We were in our pajamas. We opened a YouTube account, set it up, and we right then and there we did a video.
Just went live.
We just did a first video. It wasn't live, it was a video.
Was it? Okay.
It was live, but it was a pre-recorded. It wasn't something that was rehearsed, it was just spontaneous, and we put it up. And we were shocked. We got a few views.
Yeah, we definitely made some good friends at that point. And
yes.
And what was happening at that time? If people were passing by in the sidewalks, they all became characters in their stories. So we would say, oh, there goes the bike thief. Oh yeah, there's the lady with the dog without a tail.
That's right.
So there were these characters,
right,
that our listeners would hear us talking about, but they'd never be able to see them. They would only take a word. There goes so and so, and it just went from one thing to the other. Whereas we then refer to our little sit down session as the informal window,
right? Because we were like spying on everybody passing by, right?
They couldn't see us, but we could see them,
right?
You know, and it was incredible.
Our kids, who are all adults, thought we were crazy when we asked them to help, or how do you set up this, or how do you set up that? Because we're a little bit older in these YouTube streets, so we're a little bit technically challenged. You know, I always call Nino the rotary phone because he's worse than I am, but we figured it out. We taught ourselves everything that you see on our YouTube channel. We do ourselves. There isn't anybody. We don't have adult kids that come in and fix things for us, because if I ask them how to do something, they don't know how to do it. So we do our own thumbnails, all the editing, everything. Yeah.
We did get an acknowledgement from Rez, who gave us a blessing. Thank you so much. Rez is very competitive. He wants to get his crown for the live stream. But one of the things that he said is that, the receipts are already coming out, the informer window.
Yes, that's how it started.
Yes. It was, and interestingly enough, we both are Jamaicans. Mm-hmm. That's our background. And I had a friend of mine said to me, listen, you're Jamaicans. You can't be calling a window informal window, because in Jamaica, when you're informal, you're looked at a good thing. You're looked at sideways.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. Yeah, yeah. So I said, listen, we all are informers, because as long as you have a window in your house and you can see outside, you too have an informal window.
Yes.
Look around your house and tell me how many you see.
And then it just evolved till it started to get a little bit deeper than just, sitting at the window and being funny about who's walking by. We started doing cooking. And I mean, when we look at our initial videos, and we cringe because we say, oh my God, we were so stiff. It's like nothing. We're so relaxed behind the camera. It's like anything goes. Like, take for instance, the other day, Goga, you told me that my braids were a mess. You said you look a mess. So I said, oh, I can't go to Goga with these ugly braids. So I had to get them out. And I'm telling you, when we first started YouTube, I would have never. I would have never put myself on YouTube with my hair looking like crazy like that. But I'm very comfortable now. It's like, it is what it is. Content. It's all about content.
And we try to put it out there and just make it as natural and as organic as possible.
Yeah.
We don't stage anything. We just put it out there. Who we are.
Yes.
Life in the day of Nino Lo.
And those adult kids are slowly creeping into the videos. They're okay coming into the videos now. So that says something.
That says something about grandpa and grandma. And it's amazing. I like how people on the chat, this informal window is getting out of hand, because, and then I like I like how Nino is really justifying this informal window, because that explains. There's a time you guys were live, and then you went quiet, and then I think I just walked into the live stream, and then you are having a full blown conversation, and you forgot that we were like 22 people on that live stream. You are literally having your own conversation, and that's when I was like, oh my God, they're collecting seats. I don't know who you are talking about, and then Nino was even trying to like reach and check clearly, and then that's when I knew they're trying to peep at somebody outside, and then they're sharing notes. That's when I was like, these people have to come to the Sunday service. Receipts collectors like me.
Oh, I'm telling you, we used to have these characters that we gave them little nicknames, and these are the people that we used to talk about every week.
Mm-hmm.
And we've since eased back on that a little bit because we started to gather too many receipts, so to speak. Yeah.
Let me tell you, out of the characters, that you guys observe from the informal window. First of all, let me just find out. Your window from outside, is it like tinted? Can they like see you guys from where you guys are sitting?
It's not tinted, but when it's daylight,
when you look in, you can't see us.
It's dark inside. You have to really come close to see that we're sitting here.
Yeah. So at nights, we like to keep the lights dim because then you can. Right. No, we become. So basically, in the daytime, we're kind of like Victoria's Secret. You can't see what's in here, but at nighttime we become really scandalous because you can see right in.
Yes.
So we know how to prepare ourselves accordingly.
Yes.
Guys, and you thought guys I'm a problem on this white streets. Look at some people now, they're making their content. To the people who are watching you for the first time and they're just subscribing to you, can you just confirm for me, and may the court record this? Okay. Where are you guys seated in front of the informal window right now?
Yes. We are. So
we're still watching through the informal window as we're talking.
And the one thing that is the best part about this informal window is the natural lighting. Look at the glow. Look at the glow it gives you. All that beautiful natural light. You can't beat that. We
all know it's not about the light. Like
oh my God. Always looking out. And part of it is too, he wants to see somebody stepping on his grass.
Yes.
Nino, you are that person.
Goga, we have, of course, people walking by with their dogs. And I don't mind that you're walking by with your dog, but when your dog decides to make a pit stop on my lawn and he's going to burn my grass or make a deposit on my grass, you better be prepared to pick it up. Because if you don't, I'm going to be running out and say, excuse me, you want a plastic bag? Do you mind picking that up?
And he does. He has done that before. Although most of the people that have pets, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Well, you've actually disciplined your neighbors to take off your grass.
Yeah.
Because
it's all about the grass.
I spend a lot of time on my grass, caring for my grass, and I want it to look beautiful all the time. I do whatever. So for me to preserve that and all that hard work, I've got to have a guard over it, right?
Yeah. I've never had somebody talk passionately about grass like this.
Stick
around, Goga. It's all about the grass.
I will run home from work just to cut my grass.
Yes.
Grass day today.
Yes.
Hello, how do you feel?
The flip side of that, Goga, is I won't allow anyone else to cut my grass.
True.
I'm the only one that cuts it.
Listen, nobody minds that. He can have that job.
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm like, oh, thank God I don't have to mow the lawn or anything. So yeah.
Exactly.
Lo, how do you feel like Nino gives the grass more attention sometimes than you?
Well, I don't mind because the grass is a beautiful backdrop to my garden and my flowers. So I don't mind because my garden wouldn't look as good if the grass didn't look so good. So that's okay. That's a trade-off.
So it works either way when you're dealing with your flowers and okay.
Just like we compliment each other.
It works.
Okay. Big Boss Lady T says, I love cutting my grass. I see Herbs and Spice Kitchen. Miss TikTok Girl, welcome. Thanks so much for coming in. Once again, guys, if you haven't connected to Nino and Lo, please click on the pinned link. Redum is asking about the multi-stream. Can I let Lo talk about this?
Well, Reds, as you know, with Nino and Lo live streams, there always seems to be a technical difficulty. Now, Goga was so gracious to engage us, at least an hour and a half before this live stream started. And we've been trying to iron out the technical difficulties for over an hour with no avail. We tried everything under the book to do the double live stream. It just wouldn't work. So here we are. It is what it is. We're just streaming through Goga's channel. We'll probably do our own live stream at 4:30. So if you guys want to join us there, feel free. But unfortunately, we're not doing the double streaming because it just wouldn't work.
And we're just happy to be here.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, guys. And guys, they were so fun about it. And I was like, these people, we've not even started the Sunday service, and we are having more fun backstage even before the Sunday service. So they are amazing people. They are who they. They are who they are. They are who they are. Right. And then Regime is saying, get the kids next time.
Oh yeah.
No, they wouldn't know.
I think it's something on the inside, Reds.
We tried Reds.
Not cooperating.
We did everything imaginable on our end, Goga's end. I don't know what it is.
They did everything, Reds. I can attest. They did everything. I don't know. It must be the village witches or something, but we know. We'll handle it. Here we are. Jamaica to Canada. Let's talk about how long have you been in Canada, Toronto itself? And I'm going to make fun because Lo does not understand certain things I normally say on her live stream.
Not you too, Goga. Et tu, Brute. Not you too.
The receipt.
No, I mean, I speak. I'd like to think that I speak patois, but when somebody says, Goga, you do know some, there's a lady here on the live stream who is watching us right now, and she said, Goga, you seem to know more patois words than Lo. And I was like, I'm not one to gossip or I'm not one to brag, but I try.
This man always tried to deny me my citizenship. Okay, I was born in Jamaica. I have been in Canada since I've been 3 years old, and that's a long time because I'm old. But
you were refined.
I'm refined. That's right.
Ladies on the chat, did you hear that?
But let me tell you, from the time I landed here from Jamaica till the time I was probably, I don't know, when did we meet? Maybe 14-ish?
Wait. Those are receipts. Okay, but let's land in Canada first.
My upbringing was very Canadian. Very Canadian. I never went back to Jamaica during that time. My parents went back, I think, once when my grandmother died. But as kids here, we assimilated into Canadian culture 1000%. My brothers play hockey. I went to Girl Guides and Brownies. We used to do camping. We played in the snow. And then we moved into an area that this is where all the Black kids were. Growing up in the 70s, I didn't have other Black children in my class, so much less anybody else my age that spoke patois. Only the older, the parents and the adults spoke like that. So I never spoke like that. Then when I moved to this area and met Nino, and I'm like, how are all these kids my age speaking Jamaican language like this? They all thought I was the weirdest thing. They used to call me an Oreo cookie because I was white. I was white on the inside and black on the outside because I wasn't cultured. I didn't know, I didn't eat all the food, the oxtail and the tripe. I still don't eat tripe, but I didn't have any Jamaican culture in me until I met this guy. I think I've adapted now, and I think I have a lot now. It's
fair to say I cultured you.
Yes, that's very fair to say. Very fair to say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nino is enjoying this. Nino is enjoying this.
I really am. Zuri.
So now you tell your tale.
My tale.
Your tale. You landed here when? Stop! Don't worry about the witness.
There's a guy doing it.
Guys, they're collecting receipts and they're at the Sunday service.
There's a guy. I want to make sure he's not walking on my grass. Never mind. So I arrived on these shores. Goga, when I was 9 years old. So I came in a little later than she. She came when she was 3. I came at 9, and bit of a culture shock for me. in the sense that I was in a completely different environment. I landed in an area that was predominantly Jewish. So I went to school with a lot of Jewish people. So needless to say, I was privileged to have all the Hebrew holidays off and all the Christian holidays off. So half the time I wasn't in school. And I loved it.
Yes.
Okay? And, you know, spent a number of years there and then moved into the same area where we met.
Yes.
And that was a complete 180 because now here I am around a lot of, you know, Jewish and Hebrew kids, a few Italians, a few Greeks. Now it's predominantly Caribbean people, and I see sprinkles of white, sprinkles of cream.
Yeah,
you know, and it was just completely different. And I started to. I mean, it took me a while to adapt to what, you know, they're all about and their upbringing. And coming in from the Caribbean, one of the things with me is I became very defensive of everything that was said to me, everything I took offense to. So I would put up the dukes every chance I got. I would put it up,
not me.
And I would fight with these kids until we all just became friends. And I realized that they're not out to get me. You know, it's we're just being friends. And so when we met when we were in grade 8.
Yeah,
we met in grade 8, and
junior high school.
And that's where the journey started.
Yeah,
it started then, and we graduated from junior high. We went on to attending the same high school,
same college.
Yeah, same college. But even before we got to college, we had some situational moves where she would then at one point relocate to another area in order to babysit her nieces and nephews.
Oh, yes.
Who were quite young at the time. And I then transferred from high school to the high school she was going to, just so we could be together.
Yeah. So we were all, ever since we met, we've been on the same path. So we have the same shared history. So when we go to a school reunion or we meet people that we went to school with or lived in the old neighborhood with, it's always Nino and Lo, and Lo.
They've always known us.
We've been together for so long that you don't see Nino without Lo or vice versa. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Same history, same experiences, same school.
And we actually in our neighborhood where we lived, I lived with my mother and I lived with my family, with my brother and all that. You know, having a little issue there at home at that age, you know, as a teenage kid, you know, you kind of want to pave your own path type of thing. So with that, we spent a lot of time together because we lived awfully close together, you know. So that was.
And then Habs and Spice is like, oh wow, that's so lovely. She's just like having a moment there. Habs, I know you're collecting receipts.
Yes, that's so lovely.
Yeah, so that's
yeah, that's kind of like the story. Like we went to the same high school, we went to the same college, and started having kids, and here we are today. Now we're grandparents.
We have the same kids. We have the same
and here we are. Here we are. It's been a long time. And let me tell you, the first time that I went back to Jamaica.
Oh, that was an adventure all in itself.
He brought me back.
I brought her back to it. I got to tell you this. I had to tell the story.
Yeah, I was going to ask that next, but take it away.
So we get back to Jamaica, and you know, and like in most islands, when you take a taxi, you don't just call a taxi and the taxi comes and pick you up. What she wasn't used to is the fact that the taxi would stop and pick up other people.
I've never seen that before.
She had in mind that, wait a minute, all of a sudden this taxi driver is stopping to pick up other people because they know I'm from overseas and I'm paying.
That's what I thought.
That was her mindset.
That's what I thought.
That she just couldn't do it. You know what? Why is it?
Like,
you know, I called a taxi. You're supposed to pick me up. Why are you picking up other people?
Oh my God.
It's my taxi.
I didn't know.
That
trip was an eye opener, Goga. There was so many firsts, so many firsts, because it was a culture
Goga,
shock.
To get her to eat Jamaican food, that was another story. I think she had her first meal after about 4 days.
At Burger
She
King.
wouldn't eat. She did not eat a meal until she saw Burger King, because that's what she.
No.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you.
Because
I'm not kidding you.
tripe and bean where? I'm not eating
She
tripe
wouldn't
and
eat-
bean.
she wouldn't eat
Cold
Jamaican
foot
food.
soup.
She
I'm
would
not
not eat any
eating
of
cold
that
foot soup. Oxtail at the time would not pass these lips. It was just, I wasn't
couldn't eat.
used to that food.
Yeah.
My parents, when I was little, would make certain things for themselves, but then they would give us fried chicken, spaghetti. So I didn't grow up eating these things. So when Nino started cooking them, even to this day, certain things that he makes, my kids and I, we don't touch it. That's just for him. I still don't eat it, but that's just preference, I guess. Certain things
Wait.
I eat now, like
Back-
of course I'll
back-
eat grilled chicken.
Back up, Lo. I'm very curious. So, first of all, so you get to Jamaica and then you thought the taxi is all yours.
Yeah.
I
She
did.
really did.
And then when it was explained to me and I understood what was going on, and then I thought to myself, well, why are you putting so many people in here to squeeze me up? There's so many people you're you have to understand, this was what, the early 80s,
Early 80s,
right?
yeah.
So I'm like, why is he putting so many people in the taxi? And then I realized, okay, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to go into the front seat beside the driver so I have more space.
Yeah.
I know that he puts 2 people in the front seat. So here am I squished between somebody and the driver like this. So I said, okay, I'm gonna use my head. So the next time,
Well, it wasn't that. It was that, Goga. When you sit in the middle between the driver, if a man comes into the vehicle, okay, if the man is there, and you as a woman is coming into the front seat, he will
goes
politely
out.
get out and allow you to go in, and then he comes in at the end.
so you're
Because-
squished.
Because he doesn't want to be squished up next to the driver. He'll put a woman in between.
And I said
so
no.
what she did,
And apparently this was a big disrespect at the time, but I didn't know.
She was sitting in the seat, in the front seat, and the car stopped, and a man is getting in, and she got out to let the man in. I'm sitting back there, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
How-
To do that. But
Well,
did
he
it.
only
The poor
stayed.
guy
He
looked
only
at her
stayed
like
in the middle for a very short distance, and then he jumped out of the car.
he looked at her. Oh, if he could rip her
Now,
apart.
this was a long time ago. We were just students. We were students traveling back to Jamaica, so that was our mode of transportation. Now we rent a car, and
Yeah,
we wouldn't dream of doing that now. But back, that's how we got around. And oh my God, the adventures that we had in those taxis.
Yeah.
You're being told it's a taxi, not an Uber.
There you go. There you go. It's a taxi. It's not an Uber.
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Then don't worry, Red is validating you here. In Canada, the cab is all yours. Now I think,
Yes.
yeah, now Lo is like, yeah, that's it. Tell them, right, so that they don't think I was a privileged princess and stuff like that.
I wasn't aware. And the funny thing is, I would go if we're going shopping or into a market or just to buy a mango off somebody on the street or something. The minute I open my mouth, the price doubles, right? So I'm not allowed to open my mouth. Hold on to any money
No,
because
that's one of the
the
rules.
money looks like Monopoly.
Yeah, one of the rules is she's not supposed to handle money. I handle the money because she would just give it away like it was water.
Because
You
it
know,
seems
She doesn't
like
understand the value of the dollar, so
No.
she just give it away.
people come up to me and Miss, can you, and they just look, and it looks like you're rich because you get money like this. So go, here's for you, here's for you. Or they'll tell me a price and I'll just pay it because I don't know. And
You're not doing the conversion thing, and you're like, oh, it's too much work and stuff.
Anything.
but
You know?
I've
She's gotten better.
I've
though.
since gotten
She's
better.
gotten better. She's
but-
gotten better.
I tell you, even when I think I'm speaking my best patois, they laugh and they say, "Oh, she sounds so sweet when she tries to talk."
Interesting enough, a cousin of mine said to me the other day, I was listening to your show, and Lo is getting much better at speaking.
There you go.
I just almost died.
There you go. I think I speak it very
You're
well.
doing okay. You're doing okay. But you're doing okay.
Oh my goodness. This is very similar to even here in Kenya, because that is actually the mode of public transportation. People take that. we call it attached with the taxi. So, and it's very normal, but of course they enforced rules, so you cannot have like excess nowadays, because you'll be arrested. But yes, but that when I hear you tell that tale, I'm just like, yep, you guys need to come to the day you are in Nairobi. I'll make sure you take that taxi.
I don't know if you have this experience in Kenya, but many years ago I was in the Dominican Republic, and I understand, putting 4 in the back and 3 in the front. Well, lo and behold, I didn't realize we had 4 in the back, 3 in the front, including the driver, and the driver is pulling over.
In a car?
Yeah, I assume that the driver is letting someone out. No, the driver's taking on another passenger.
How? Where?
The driver got out of the car on his side, let the lady in, and he squeezed in. So the driver was...
Yes, I've seen...
I have never seen that before. That was the first.
Kenyans will totally relate. It's very normal, especially in the
that was something else, But
especially in the villages where the vehicles are not so many. It's very typical village.
So many people and so little vehicles, eh? Wow. People got to get home.
Well, I guess we had to go through those experiences to enjoy what we do today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I love that. Travel is also something that so other than going back to Jamaica, and I'm glad that Nino was just like smiling with this like pride in his face that yes, I brought her home. Her home.
Yes. He loves to say that.
This may go to Lo. So Lo, the first time you had to meet Nino's parents, and family. Now that well, this is going to be our daughter-in-law and stuff. What was that like? Like what?
I had to do that 3 times. Okay, because Nino is unique. His family dynamic is very unique. So he has his mother's side, he has his father's side, and he has his beloved Miss Catherine. Now, Miss Catherine was the lady that mothered him when his mother moved to Canada before he came and left him with his father in Jamaica. And this was a lady that lived next door with her husband and her family, and she became the mother figure. And Nino and that woman remained in such a close bond until she died 2 years ago here. Mm-hmm. She immigrated here, and you couldn't tell her that this wasn't her son, and never tell you that that's not his mother. As a matter of fact, our only daughter has her middle name as Catherine. So all of her family sees him as a son of the family. So he is ingrained in that family. So I had to do that 3 times. So I'd already known his mother here, but going to Jamaica, and I looked a lot different then, right? And we pull up, it was my younger brother and I, we took like this minivan transport from Kingston to Montego Bay where he met us. And the first thing I hear with his typical Jamaican fashion is, "Oh my God, she pretty and she fatty. She's so fat." And I thought, oh my God, I can hear you. I can hear you. You said that out loud, but in Jamaica, that's a compliment.
You and I know as an African man, that is really a compliment. It's not.
It's a very high compliment. This is a very.
What? I can hear you. Like you're talking about me like I'm not here. And I wasn't very happy with that. Oh, she's so fat. But then I realized like everybody says that out loud. Like it's a thing. So, but
it means you're healthy.
Yeah, I guess so. Initial contact. And I mean, over the years, I've grown such a bond. I've been attached to Nino's dad. We've grown into such a bond throughout all, the kids growing up. Sometimes when I would go back to Jamaica without Nino, and I would hook up with George Elliott, who's now deceased. George is gone; is no longer with us. But let me tell you, he was the coolest dude. Mm-hmm. Never looked his stated age. Never. Always looked like a very young man. Always had on a set of dark glasses.
Even at night.
Yeah.
Dad never took his
and sometimes I would be in Jamaica with just the kids, and we would pick him up and go all over the place. People would think that George was the husband and I was the wife, because George was a looker. I tell you that much. So, and Miss
Nino, hi.
Yeah. Hey, it's all about the genes, though. I got some of that.
And Miss Catherine was just a sweet,
Oh,
sweet soul.
she was a gem.
She was just one of these
she was a
people that
gem.
you meet and she just feels like a warm cup of tea. She just embraced me from the first moment she met me, and she never let me go until I had to let her. I was there when she took her last breath. She will forever be in our hearts, Miss Catherine. So it was an easy transition with me. And then his mother that was here, talk about genes. His mother never looked her stated age at all. Beautiful, beautiful woman. And she was a hairdresser. She had a hairdressing salon. So she used to do my hair for many, many years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I never had a hard time getting in with the family.
Nino, you meet this pretty girl, grade 8, very cultured, does not speak patois for sure. Yeah, man. Then, of course, you're not introducing her to the family anytime soon. You get to high school, college. The first time you took Lo home, and this has been alive to the strong. You have the strong Jamaican culture going on. She's the one who came to Canada when she was 3. God knows, how that experience must have shaped her, just her bringing. And here you are. Yeah, man. This is the one.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was all a very interesting transition for her and familiarizing herself with my family, because one of the things about I have family, as she said, I have an extended family.
Yes.
And they spread from one end of the island to the next.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always an interesting thing where, bringing Lo back to Jamaica and bringing her around the family. I'm very much a family-oriented kind of guy. So when I get there, and one of the things I never do is I never forget my past, because if you do, you'll forget you won't even find your way in your future.
Mm-hmm.
So I always go back. I always go back to my roots. And Lo being brought up in Canada, one of the things that she really enjoyed is when she goes to Jamaica, she likes the beach, the resorts, that's
the fancy stuff.
Me, I want to go, as they would put it, in my village with my people.
Goga,
right?
let me interrupt. Not telling you the correct way. I'm going to interrupt you. The family that I have in Jamaica, I have to say they're a little bit what you would say uptown, okay?
Mm.
And when I went to my aunt's house for the first time, beautiful mansion. I mean, there are servants there to your every whim. There's a beautiful garden.
No, this is what you describe as your village.
Well, yes, but this is in Jamaica. These are my family members in Jamaica. So I'm leaving that now. You have to understand. Put this in your mind. Like, this is even living better than I live here in Canada. And then we go to Nino's side, which is very rural. They live, it's not a lot of the family members.
Look at your hand, it's in front of my
a lot of the family members, they're not in the city, okay? They're in the country. And
so what you're saying is they live a village life.
They live a village life.
But guess what, Goga? I love the village life. No. It's part of who I am.
The first time that I stayed at the house with his dad.
Yeah.
So we woke up. His dad wasn't there. His dad left to go to work. And I said to Nino, okay, I'm just going to go. He left us breakfast and everything, which was cool. I said, okay, I'm just going to go wash up, brush my teeth. I'm like, oh, where's the bathroom? He said, you have to go outside and around, and it's under the house, and you have to turn on that pipe with the. I'm like, what?
I didn't come from a privileged background like you. I wasn't privileged. She's right. That was the case. That was indeed the case.
And then he's taking me to all these family members that live in the country, which they're lovely people. I'm not saying that. And I've grown to love parts of that country, I must say. But it was a shock for me because, certain things you have to do outside, and, the windows, when you open the windows, all the lizards can come in. There's no mesh on the windows, and I'm terrified of the drummer cockroaches. And it was just, Oh, I was so uncomfortable at the beginning, but I've since relaxed myself and I've come to enjoy all of that stuff. But it was difficult in the
Yeah,
beginning.
and I still till this day go. I enjoy that. I enjoy going
He
home,
does.
and what I do when I go there is I just want to sit under a mango tree or under a coconut tree and
I know, right?
just enjoy it. I don't want to be driving around.
I want to be in the 5-star resort
No,
on
you
the
can
white
keep-
sand beach.
I will drop her there,
He
and
does.
I will go, which is what I do.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. I enjoy what I enjoy.
Yeah, we have to do a little bit of both. I now too can enjoy the country, but only for a certain amount of days. I need some luxury and some white sand beach, and to be frank, who doesn't like that?
But you see, and as far as the food is concerned, and I mean, she's changed over the years.
Yes.
She's more adaptable. I refuse to have anything that I can eat here in Canada.
Yes.
When I'm home, I want to eat food from home.
And you know what that means, Goga? He will stop at every roadside stand
and buy food.
to buy food. I, on the other hand, my stomach can't handle that. If that makes a pot of mud water, I don't want it. But
It's
he's
called
like,
soup.
oh, that's soup. That's some good soup.
Wait, you call soup mad what?
It's soup. What's wrong with you?
I say to him, look around. There's no running pipe. How are these people washing their
You have
hands?
to understand Lorna's idea of soup is opening a can and pouring that soup for her.
That's not
I
true.
don't play that kind of game.
One time, Goga, he made me stop at a roadside, and I like red pea soup, so I thought that's what I was getting, and I thought, okay. And I said, as we drove away and I'm having this soup, I said, oh my gosh, these people didn't even wait long enough for this peas to cook. They're so tough. Nino said, those aren't peas, those are peanuts. And I'm like, peanuts in the soup?
We couldn't get used to that. You see?
These things, no.
And that's the reason I had to culture her.
I'm better
I
now.
had to culture
I'm
her.
not drinking soup at the roadside, but I'll have like roast yam. I'll have the chicken, the jerk chicken and stuff like that. But he'll eat anything at the roadside because he claims, oh, if they're not preparing it right, then the community will know and the community will shut them down. I'm like,
no, it is so true though. It is true. If there's people in your community, if you're not cooking properly, using right and correct hygienic methods, we'll shun you.
Yeah.
And you'll have to shut it down. So I trust my fellow Jamaicans that they're following the protocol and they keep an eye on these people for me.
See, Red says no oxtail from the roadside.
Oh,
you see? Red says no oxtail from the roadside.
That's another stomach that probably needs to like get some
I like good Jamaican food now. I can say that, but
now there are times though when I go to Jamaica and I'd go by myself and I would just grab a car at the airport and I would just drive. I have a full tank of gas. I don't care where I end up. I just drive. When I get tired, I find a place to sleep. And I drive again the next day.
We've been on a few trips like that, and
I just drive.
It can be adventurous
great,
and it's
though.
fun.
Great adventure. You
It
start
can be fun
discovering
when
a lot of places.
you don't have a plan. Yeah, those have been some good.
Mhm.
Everybody on the chat is excited about these receipts, and I guess that's why you guys really balance each other off because you bring in like I think for you that's I think that's what actually like you complement each other in a sense.
Yes.
And I think that's why you guys have been able to be together this long. So kids are born in Canada. Their first experience in Jamaica, when you tell them, you're taking them back home because they need to probably have. I'm sure they were born in Canada. So if you have to take them back home, what was that like?
Our oldest, we had the oldest was an only child for the first 5 years.
Okay.
We didn't have any others for the first 5 years because we were both in college then. We had him before we started college, then we went through school for that 5 years. We didn't have any more. And the first time we brought him, oh my goodness, that was
he loved
no,
it.
Goga. You have to understand, our oldest son has very light colored eyes, kind of green blue color, and very light skinned and his hair was kind of like a blonde, especially when he was a little boy. And when we would walk around, especially in a marketplace or something, and we have some pictures, and every time I see that picture, I remember how this little boy was traumatized, because we're in the marketplace and all the vendors are coming to try to get at him to encourage us to go and look at their stand. Here, little boy, look at this. And he started screaming. And I had to pick him up, and he was just, just holding on to me. And I just remember that day, everywhere we went, it was like he was like this little golden child, and he would get so much attention. And that would be their way of trying to get us to buy whatever they were selling, right? Yeah. So his first few experiences, he never liked it. But then as we kept going back, he would meet other kids on the beach. When we actually got married in Jamaica. We actually
nice.
Yes. When we got married, we actually took everything, all our friends here went back to Jamaica, because Nino's dad was there and his beloved Miss Catherine was there. So our parents
and we had a lot more family. So in order for them to attend the wedding,
take the wedding back.
Yes. Yeah. So and a lot of people from here traveled there. So at the time, our daughter wasn't born, but we had the two boys.
Yeah, we had the two boys there.
And they loved it then, because there was so many of their friends there. Plus, they met a lot of kids from all over on the beach. And now they go on their own. They have a good time.
Fast forward to current day, my son just returned from going to a weekend event in Jamaica. They call it the fabulous weekend, the most amazing weekend.
So nice.
He came back raving, saying, "Dad, I need to get my Jamaican passport."
Yes, they all want their Jamaican passport.
All of a sudden,
yeah, But growing up, when we brought the kids, we always stayed at a resort. We would visit family.
Yeah.
But we always stayed at the resort to make sure that, because that very first time we took Tremaine.
Oh yeah, that was an experience.
He saw like a little lizard that came in the house.
No, it was a cockroach.
Oh, the big cockroach.
And we drove. I'm going to say at that time it took us about 3 hours to drive to where my family lived, because we were down there attending a wedding.
Right.
And so we were to spend the night, and the following day I was part of the wedding party. We'll attend the wedding. Well, my son, after seeing that cockroach, 3 hours in the middle of the night, back to Montego Bay, back to the resort.
Yeah, he wasn't having it.
And then 3 hours back the next morning. He wouldn't stay a minute more in that house. He was just
neither would I. But we made it back, and it was fine. And I mean, we've since adapted, and they've been several times as kids. Always have a good time,
even on their own.
Yeah,
I recall my son, the middle son that lives in Japan, him going to Jamaica, and he wanted to go to Jamaica by himself.
Yes, so he was probably 18.
I put him on a plane. He made his hotel reservation. But what known to him is that I have notified all my friends on the strip, on the hip strip, which is the tourist strip, that he was coming to keep an eye on him. So I was getting regular phone calls.
Yes.
I saw your son and he's okay. I just saw your son an hour ago. He's good. He had no clue. He had so many eyes watching him.
Yes. So independent, you see. Yes.
He was doing it. Your son, I just saw him. He had all these girls over and lots of pizza. I think they were having a party. I was getting phone calls left, right, and center.
Yeah.
My son had no clue.
I think as a second generation or third generation, they've adapted and they've connected to their roots. Yeah, for sure.
Nice. I like that. And guys, if you have any question you want, I know they are fun. You can listen to Nino and Lo all day. And I like how Good Vibes K is saying on the chat, Goga, this is too much today. It's all going down. I can't keep calm. I'm like, I'm just excited here on the chat. And thank you so much for that. And then Redzum also said that he went through the same thing with his son when they visited Jamaica the other day with the wife and the son. So just trying to agree with with what you're saying about the experience in the market. And guys, if you are not connected to Nino and Lo, the link is pinned up there on top of my chat. It will take you directly over to their channel. The channel looks like this. There's a lot of color there, and that's going to be my next question to them. They don't get any help from those kids that you'll imagine that are helping them like navigate technology and stuff. So that is the channel. It looks like that. Hey, Nino can wear a suit. I just realized this on the banner.
Yes.
Oh yeah, go
That
back.
was a wedding. That was our you notice I'm giving him the stance, right?
I've not noticed that Nino is wearing a suit. So that's I'm like, oh my god, he looks nice.
Yes, very dapper.
Yeah, very dapper.
Yeah,
Where the
there's a whole
where
lot.
the Nino, where the suits at the moment? I just asking for a friend.
You have suits.
I have a lot of suits. I have
go
too
there.
many.
When he
have too
cleans
many
up, he
suits.
doesn't look too bad. He
have
doesn't
too
look
many
too.
suits.
He has a little bit of a flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have to present myself in a certain manner where you think that I'm worth $1 million.
This is
All the
the
time.
ultimate salesman.
Yeah, you gotta like I'm worth $1 million, even when I'm only worth $10. I'll never look the $10 mark.
He's the ultimate.
You that.
He's the ultimate salesman. I'm telling you, he's got the gift of gab. I think that's why once we kind of came into our own personalities on our channel, it became easy because we just at the beginning we were so
We were a little
stiff
we
and
were stiff.
but now we're
Yeah.
relaxed. We just be ourselves and yeah. Nino's always a salesman, that's for sure.
I mean, I think the first time when you were on your channel, I think you had you just came from. I think you are preparing to go to work for your shifts or something. Nino was making some pasta for the grandkids.
It was for Mother's Day, wasn't it? Was it a Mother's
Yeah,
Day?
and your daughter was around, so the grandkids were just around you around the kitchen, and I was like, oh, these kids are so comfortable around grandpa. And then I think Lo, you came in much later to do the tasting, and then I think you just like took a spoon or something, and then you are leaving, and I was like, what's going on here? So I yeah, but he got us hooked because of I like how he was explaining the steps, the process, and he feels like he still has enough like attention to like, yeah, what do you need, Zuri? You know, like there's a lot that was going on in that kitchen, and I was very impressed, to be honest. Yeah, so definitely, I think I will agree with you that Nino can definitely sell a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about travel, because travel is also one thing you do, and you mentioned that your son, had to move to Japan. As a mother, you've raised this boy all along in Canada. Japan is like literally on the other side of it's in the future, literally.
Yes, it is.
It's in the future.
It really is, literally.
I mean, as parents, when you have to send your kid that far, and what was going through your mind? Like it's Asia, language barrier, culture is just different. That must have been a lot.
All throughout high school, he kept saying, now let me back up for a minute. When this child left junior high school and they had to figure out which high school he was going to go to, of course, we said, okay, he's going to the academic high school, just like we went through it. It's all about schooling and going on to post-secondary. And at the time, going through his teenage things, his marks weren't the best. The school board suggested he go to a technical school, where, he learns a trade or something. I said, absolutely not. This child is going.
Nothing wrong with a trade.
No, but I said, this child is going to this technical school.
Academic.
Let him fail. And then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We had to have a meeting with the school. I made sure I went in there very, very poised. Both of us went in there. I didn't go in there as the angry black woman.
You did not pull the black parents card.
No, I went there. I was very poised. I spoke to them very politely, and I got my point across that this child will come to this school. Whatever he needs, tutoring or whatever, we will provide. And then if he's still not successful, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. About a month or two in, that same guidance counselor that we met with sent us a letter. I still have the letter, apologizing
and praising him
for her suggestion and praising him
because he's now
what a wonderful young man he is.
Tutor,
and he is now a peer tutor to other kids in the school that are having a little struggle with their marks, right? So I think the reason why that happened is because after we left that meeting, I basically looked at him and said, don't you damn well let me come back to the school for these people to sell me. I told you so. All right. And I think I put the fear of God in him. And he always said that he wants to move to Japan. And I used to say, okay. I wasn't I didn't discourage him, but I really never thought it would happen. I'm not a dream killer, but I really never thought it was going to happen. And then one day he came and he said he applied to this program and to teach English, and he got a second round interview. And
this is after university.
Oh, after university.
After he finished university.
Actually, before university, he had a Japanese girlfriend, and she went back home to visit. And that was the first time he went. He went with her, and he fell in love with Japan. So he got this interview, and he got second round, third round. He got the job. So now it's a reality. So we thought, well, we've been encouraging this whole time. We can't do a 180, so we have to let him go. But we were there. The first time we went to Japan, it was about a month after he had landed. And he said, why are you guys coming so soon? I said, I got to make sure it's a real job. For all I know, you're going to go over there. They're going to sell your kidneys or something. I need to know where you are in case you call me 911. Your mother needs to know exactly where to find you. So we went that first time, and it's
an amazing place.
Yeah. And
absolutely amazing place.
Everything for him to get there, he did it on his own.
But one of the things I just want to interject here and saying, one of the things that I truly believed in my son initially was when he actually came home with a guitar and never had a clue how to play a guitar and taught himself how to play the guitar and started playing masterfully. I was like, this kid is really serious.
Yeah. And he did the same thing.
The next time around, when he said that he wanted to speak Japanese and he wanted to learn, and he started to work on it, I realized I will never doubt this kid again. Then he said he wanted to move to Japan. Yeah. And everything he says he's going to do,
he did.
He's done.
Yeah.
Without hesitation. He will walk himself through the steps to get to that point.
He speaks fluent
Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. Self-taught. And he's kind of become an ambassador in this neighborhood. He's like an urban legend, because a lot of these kids that he went to school with have since visited over there, and he's like the ambassador. He'll greet them, take them around, have dinner. So a lot of these kids have gone there now because he's there. So, and of course, we've gone a couple times, and it's like we love it. I love
it there. It's a different life. And for you guys out there that have never have thought about going to Japan, but have never gone, do yourself a favor and take that trip. It's really worthwhile.
Yeah. And there's a huge Jamaican population and culture that the Jamaican culture is there. They love Jamaicans there. They love the dance hall culture. There's a few Jamaicans there that have Jamaican restaurants that are very authentic. Very authentic. Wow. Yeah.
No, I'm going to ask a follow-up question on Japan, but there's a question. There's a very interesting comment here by one of our viewers, Rebecca Le Prince. Rebecca says, children are different and have different skills. I can relate. Wow. Sometimes as a parent, it's good to do things differently. And then she just added something in there that I think you guys may be willing to react to. As a parent, you need to encourage mentally and physically to support your children, specifically in new environments. Be there to own the space. Blessings and energy to you, Nino and Lo.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Never stifle their dream.
We have three kids, and they're so vastly different. The three of them are so different. And to encourage and to support each one of them, it was a feat, I tell you, because that same son, Tyler, played hockey all throughout high school. So that meant hockey's not cheap. They were going through growth spurts. So every 2 seconds, you have to buy new equipment. And then to play the games, you're traveling every weekend. It's a travel to some city outside of our city. Then our daughter, since she was very young, since she was 3, 4, she was a national level gymnast. So yeah. As a matter of fact, Zuri, she brought out her medals to show Zuri the other day. She has a box full of medals and trophies and awards. And she, all the way through school, she was doing like 40 hours a week.
Well, I tell you something interesting about her. So I would leave for work at around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. By the time I get to the office, I'd call back, at 8:30 to wake them up. Guys, it's time to get up for school. Mom's working overnight. I got to make sure they get off to school. So I call in one morning to, for the boys to wake up Jessica and themselves. And Tyler gets back to the phone and says, Jessica's not here. said, what do you mean Jessica's not here? Dad, she's not in her bed. She's not even. I said, look everywhere in the house. She's nowhere in the house. Okay. I was just like freaking out now, wondering what is going on. It wasn't until I get a phone call. It turned out Jessica got up early in the morning and rode her bike to gymnastics practice because she had training in the morning before school.
Yeah.
And then she had training after school. So what she did, she rode her bike to the gym, talked to her instructor, okay, to drive her to school.
Yeah.
She would leave her bike there. And that's why she's calling me to say, Dad, can you go and pick up my bike at the gym after work? I said this, and that was exactly how this child has grown, like the discipline.
Amazing. Yeah.
She would train for 2 or 3 hours in the morning, go to school. Then after school, 2 or 3 hours after school, she'll be doing her homework during her break at the gym. She'll be eating her supper in the car on the way home.
Yeah.
Because only time is left is to shower and go to bed.
Yes.
Hence the reason why she was national level.
And I'm telling you, those years were, I don't even know how we did it, because gymnastics was like a second mortgage. Hockey was like a second mortgage. and you want to have to, enjoy going on family trips. Our oldest son at the time used to collect the shoes, the sneakers, the Jordan sneakers.
The Jordans, yeah.
And that wasn't
cheap.
That's not cheap.
I used to work straight nights most of the time then. So it just seemed like you were just work. It was, we put in a lot of work to make sure that these kids could realize their dreams. So I'm glad that at least it's paying off now, that they're well adjusted and they're able to, go on to what they want.
So my weekends were, especially with Jessica and Tyler, it encompasses either going to a hockey tournament
or
going to a gymnastics meet. So now I have a group of friends that I've been golfing with now for, I get going 25, 30 years. And we get together and play golf every weekend. Well, when they call and say, Nino, are we playing this weekend? I said, sorry, guys, can't play this weekend. Jessica's got a meet, in Montreal, or Tyler's got a hockey game. And so why can't Lo just drive them? I say, yeah, Lo can drive them, but I need to be there as well.
Yeah.
What happens when my kid looks over and only sees one parent all the time? No, they need to see two.
Yeah.
You need to reassure them that support is always there for them.
Yeah.
So that's the position we took. So make sure they have that support.
One of the things that I'm always very keen to learn from guests who come to the Sunday service are some of the, especially for those of you are like, at least you have more experience than most of us. What is that one, what are some of the value systems? Because one of the things I'm getting just from listening to you, there's discipline, there's the kids are self-starters, that is something that probably, kids, when kids grow up, they mirror some of the things probably they used to see at home. The parents, these are the ideals the parents actually live in that particular home. But as far, in case you're speaking to like some young parents who are listening to you right now and knowing what you know now, having now you're grandkids, and we're going to talk about that shortly. What are some of the values that were non-negotiable when it came to your parenting? They're like, this is a value that we have to make sure that we ingrain in these kids as they are growing from a very young age.
I think family first, because we were young parents. We had our first when we were 20, right?
I was 21.
I was 20. So
we prided ourselves that we weren't teenagers.
Yeah.
That's why we always
You are so busy. You are so busy early.
So my son, the oldest one, the other day said, thank you for having us when you were younger, because you were able to do so much things with us. And now that you're older, you don't even seem old. That's what he said.
Refined.
Yeah, no, well, he didn't use the word refined. He said, you guys aren't even old, So I think it's always been a family first. We've always had family around us, whether it's our kids and
not only
nieces
that,
and
but
nephews.
Lona's got 5 nieces and nephews that literally grew up in her hands.
Yeah.
Where every Christmas, even now that they've got kids of their own and family of their own, every Christmas, all road leads to here. every Thanksgiving, all road leads to here.
Yeah.
Okay. What she used to do is she would take March break or spring break off and gather all those kids on the bus with their little brown bag lunch and take them.
Because you couldn't afford to bring all of them to McDonald's. There's too many of them. There's at least 12 of them.
Take them on day trips.
Yeah.
And those kids still remember that till today.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is why all road leads here.
Easter,
because, you know,
Valentine's Day, they'd each get like, you know, a little basket with something. And I think they remember that. I think you have to put in the time and you have to nurture whatever the interests are for that child.
Yes. Don't discourage them, encourage them.
Yeah. Because
one of the things that I learned from a neighbor of mine, most amazing neighbor, Richard, when I was, as my kids were getting a little older, in the teenage years, and I was, you know, things became challenging at times. And I remember having a conversation with Richard, who's a bit older than me. And Richard put it very simply. He says, Nino, you get up every day and you go to work just like you do. They will notice it.
Yeah.
And they will start to adapt. Sure enough, probably about, I'm going to say 2 or 3 years ago, Richard passed by and we had that very conversation. I shook his hand and said, thank you very much for that advice. I followed exactly what you said, and the outcome was exactly what you said it would have been.
Yeah. There's always people
just
here,
stick to your
family here. And you know, I always say, like, not every kid is destined to have the plan that you have for them, right? Because our oldest son, we put him in sports, we put him in music, piano lessons, he did the soccer, he did all of that stuff. He didn't stick with all of it. It wasn't for him. He found his niche. In music, art, fashion, music. The other two excelled in their sports and they did what they did. But my son said to me one day, the older one, when I was trying to push him into something that he didn't want to go into, and he says, Mom, listen, I need to have memories. I can't be, you know, wake up and be 50 years old and I don't have any memories. And that kind of stuck with me, because he says, you want me to, you know, school. Then you finish that and you go college, more school, then work. He said, then you turn around, you have no memories. I need memories. Wow. So I thought, you know what? There has to be a balance, right? There has to be a balance. So that's, I think, what we tried to give was a good balance. I think we did a good job.
I think so. And not only that too, but we have an extension, as Lorna mentioned earlier about me having 3 sets of family. Well, I got a call yesterday. I was at work yesterday, and I got a call. It was a video call, and I'm going to say our adopted daughter just returned from a trip. She went and visited her mom, who's not doing well.
Yes.
And this young lady we met, I'm going to say, 10 years ago?
11
years
now.
ago. She's deaf. And she had a little boy at the time. He was about 10.
Yeah.
Never spoke a word of English. They came from the Dominican Republic. She never spoke at all because she was deaf, and he never spoke English at all.
Yeah.
And we adopted them into our family.
There's a whole story behind that.
That's another topic altogether.
I want to bring them on our channel and to one of our Sunday live streams and really deep dive, because that is a story of resilience and determination and just human kindness, because these people were strangers.
Complete strangers.
And now you cannot tell her, and you can't tell us that we're not related.
She landed last night. She came straight
from the airport to here, because she's been gone for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And she can't. And sometimes you'll see her son Edwin. Edwin is over 6 feet now. When we first met him, he was this little guy, and he just kind of grew up in our hands. We have, like he said, my nieces and nephews that are always here. It's just, I don't know. I think
once they come, they never leave.
Right. That's true.
They never leave.
All roads lead here. Rebecca says, yes, big family, my dream, with traffic plates in the dining table.
Yeah. That's how it is.
Absolutely.
That's how it is. Christmas time, it's standing room only. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Balancing work. Low, you are in the hospital space, which of course demands some very crazy and insane hours. And of course, Nino also has his gig. Um, balance. How do you find balance? Because a hospital is a very demanding setup. In
Well,
terms of uh, you know,
and the funny thing is, I work in the emergency department, which
yeah,
it comes with its own set of chaos.
yeah.
But I think, that's by choice. Like I've had the opportunity to go to any part of the of nursing that I choose to go to, but I've been a nurse now for 35 years, and and I've most of those years have been in the emergency room, and I think part of it is that I'm a fixer. I'll come into my shift and it's just chaos, it's craziness. And then by the end of the shift, things are sorted out. Every now and again, you save a life. But mind you, working in the emergency room, it's not always about saving a life. Sometimes it's dealing with social medicine, dealing with a person's humanity, especially these days. You have a lot of people that have addictions or a lot of people with mental health issues. And sometimes they come to the emergency not because they're sick per se, but they just need human contact. A lot of
Mm.
patients know me by name. I know them by name. I know them well enough that I can say, listen, you need to do better. And sometimes it'll work, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they'll come in and they'll apologize and they'll say, I know I told you that I wasn't going to come back today. Sometimes 2 or 3 days is 2 or 3 times in the same shift. You'll see somebody come back, but I don't know. I think I just like that contact, that initial contact. My first job that I did, I remember being so attached to this one patient that when she died, I went to her funeral.
Oh wow.
Said I would never do that again. And the reason is she was my age. She died of cancer, and she kept coming back over the course of a year back to my unit as her cancer progressed. So I got to really know her. All of us did as nurses, got to know her, her family, her kids. And when she died, we all felt like it was a friend. But you still have to create that wall, because if you take on all these people and their challenges, you can't do the job. You have to
Mm.
be empathetic, but still build a wall so that you can then go home and live your life. You have to, but I feel like I want to make a difference. I think I can make a difference. And I think throughout my years of nursing, the way that I look at it has changed as I've aged. It's a little bit different when you're younger. Now in this stage of the game, I look at people who are my age and I see that they're juggling elderly parents, like that's the stage I'm in, or, it's just a different stage of life. So I can speak to somebody who's younger, somebody that comes in intoxicated or whatever after a concert, and I can give them that little speech. And I often tell these patients, these younger ones, as they're leaving and I'm giving them their discharge instructions, and I look at them dead in the eye and I said, you've been touched by an angel and you're looking at her. I say that all the time.
I love that.
When you came in here, you were so intoxicated, you didn't know your name. I said anything could have happened to you. I said, but we kept you safe so that you're able now to walk out and you're not harmed. I said, next time, make sure da 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 da. I said, you've been touched by an angel. And that's just, yeah, I say that.
I love that. Guys, you can listen to Nino and Lo the whole day. So in case you want to find out anything about them, please drop the question on the chat so that I can
Give me the questions. We're on a roll. Nino's
yeah.
just getting something to drink.
Yeah, so yeah, make sure you drop the question. I'll be able to see all the questions, and please make sure you're also connected to their channel because you need to know them. They are very engaging on their show. You will find a lot of activity going on there. There's always cooking. There's always gardening. There's a lot, and we are going to talk about the channel shortly as I wait for Nino to get back. So make sure you actually drop those questions on the chat so that we can highlight them, and make sure you are connected to them so that you don't get out on this amazing content. The next question I was going to ask, and maybe Nino can chime in. So Lo is in the medical space. You're in a totally different space. How did you find balance? Because especially now the hours clashing. She has to go for a night shift. you have like, like it's like you guys are like on a shift even in the house, like.
Yeah. Sometimes it's days. We're just like two
Two
ships
shifts.
passing in the night.
Yeah.
And that's the way that we had to raise kids because they didn't go to
Yeah.
daycare.
We
Right?
had to work nights, one work days, just so we can take care.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we did that our entire, pretty much our entire career. How this works for me is I work in the commercial aviation space, and with that, my days are pretty
So,
long.
you do know I have a jet, right?
Oh, you do?
A presidential jet and stuff. Anyway, that's besides the point. You said it's commercial, so it's private. So
Yeah. So in doing so, the days are pretty long. So the days are long in that I will get into the office at around 6 a.m. and my shift will run up until 10 p.m. So I'm gone all day, all night. Okay, so mind you, I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me because that's only 8 days a month that I do that. So, so don't feel sorry for me.
right.
They're long, yes, but I do get time for myself. I do enjoy those days when I'm off and I'm off for continuous days, and I can spend time. My choice of spending time is to spend time with the family. Spend time with the grandkids, get to know the grandkids, do silly things with the grandkids. So there are times when we're just two ships in the night, just passing each other. However, it's there are times like now, like today, when we're both off and we can both settle down, relax, have this show, be a part of this wonderful show, and maybe turn on a barbecue later on. Well, I won't even turn on the barbecue because I've been having this thing about starting a charcoal, which I've been really enjoying. So get the charcoal going, and get the food going, which is one of my first love. Food is my first love. I mean, low and then food. Let me put that. Let me put that.
Guys, did you hear what Nino said? Low is all over there in the kitchen.
So, I have even with the kids growing up where my kids all refuse to eat store-bought burgers.
Oh, yes.
Because they say Dad makes the best burgers in the world. They call them the Der Burger.
The Der Burgers.
They want Der Burgers. So at the beginning of summer, I have to go out and get all the ingredients together and make a batch of Der Burgers and put them in the freezer, because when the kids want burger, they're not going to eat a store-bought burger. They want it.
Der Burgers.
Der Burgers. So I don't know where they come up with this name, but and these are the types of things they enjoy. And now, I don't know if it's a smoke signal that sits on top of our home or whatnot. As soon as I get that barbecue going, their friends all start coming over. Cars are pulling up. People are pulling up. How did you guys know that I was barbecuing? Is there a smoke signal somewhere? But that being said, Goga, I can't just go out and cook a small batch of anything. I've got to cook on a massive scale. Because I know exactly what's going to happen. People are going to start coming around, and we never turn anyone away. Come on in, let's have a good time. And they all come over, and I love it. And they do this. These kids have been doing this for as long as I can remember. I don't remember not having excess people around wanting to stop by, or I don't recall ever not having that. It's always been that way. So, sometimes I'll cook and Lo will say, you're cooking an awful lot. I said, don't you worry. It'll be the end of the night. And when they come around, they don't leave. They just stick around. They have a great time. And these kids, and again, as she mentioned about, our son talking about memories, these are the types of memories they'll have. They'll remember types of things. And the encouragement there is that if they're having memories about that, they're going to want to pass that on to their children. And this is how we build positivity, and we develop family foundations and base, and we encourage each one teach one.
Oh, that's juicing with Jay.
Each one teach one, and even in the even in the aviation space, you find that now we have an association of brothers and sisters that we build that on, and go into communities and encourage people that look like us to come on over and learn more about aviation, get involved. There are avenues out there that you may not have had the opportunity to explore, but just by introducing you to these avenues, who knows? That might be a career path you may want to take. So it's encouraging all around. So,
and I must say, with all this community that we've built on YouTube as well as in our own space here, we put it to good use because we put them to work. We've had several times when we've done things for charity.
Oh yeah, charity. That's something we love. Wintertime, one of the things I love doing. Come winter, fall, Goga, I got this pot. I don't know where I got this pot from.
Huge.
It's massive, but I will make a big pot of soup.
Chicken noodle soup.
Yep, I make a big pot of soup.
I've
got a burner. I'll make some sandwiches. We got water. We got
socks. We get donations of
clothing,
socks,
and
mittens.
Nice.
We'll go downtown and we'll just set up shop.
Yeah,
I've got a colleague of mine at work. Say anytime you need lids, cups, napkins, I'll be more than happy to supply you. Hey, bring it.
We've done it twice
and
now.
I've had several people have approached me about they want to volunteer, they want to get involved. They understand that they'll just this one particular guy donates a lot of products, but he also wants to be involved.
Yes,
and I love that. I love that people want to be involved because you're only as good as your weakest link. Okay, and you always got to give something back to the community. You can't just take. You got to give. If you're blessed, you're blessed,
yes,
and you get that blessing from God, you got to share that blessing. You got to spread that love.
And we'd like to think
that's our way of doing it.
We'd like to think that we're cool parents, right? So over the years, music that these kids listen to, we've sometimes adopted to some of that music, right? So there's one song that sticks out in my mind. It's a rap song by Jay-Z, and the line says, "Tight circles,
no squares.
Tight circles, no squares," and that's been my mantra ever since I've heard that.
No squares.
This family unit is a tight circle. There's no corners. It's not a square. It's a circle. Tight circles. There's no squares. I'm geometrically opposed to you. So that means you can't break this bond. It's a tight circle. And I thought that was so profound. That was so deep.
And it's not just a circle within our base. Our base just widens.
Yeah,
it just gets bigger and bigger.
Any one of these kids that have come here and have passed through these doors,
they felt the love. Every one of them have felt.
They'll come back and bring their kids for Christmas. And I'll tell you one thing: Nino might be the one holding down the kitchen, but I'm the one that's holding down the entertainment space. You will come through this door and leave empty-handed. Every single person will get a gift. They will get a gift, Goga. I have all sorts of gifts that I have, because if you're coming to my house for Christmas and everybody's exchanging gifts and you're sitting there empty-handed, no.
I know. Yeah.
All the kids have gifts. It's not just my grandkids. It's
every child.
It's my nieces and nephews. Those their kids. It's the neighborhood kids. It's
and even for our kids, Goga, when they're much younger, I remember I used to take them to. We have in and around the areas, and we have single families that live. That they're short.
Some of them
housing.
were refugees at the time.
Yeah, they live in housing. They're given house by the government. I used to take the kids and say, look, we're not dealing with this Christmas thing. We're going to get mittens and hats and we're going to bring to these families that need these things, because you have to learn that you have what you have, but you have to share with those that don't have. And this was our way of sharing.
Yeah, when they were younger.
Is ensuring that families out there with young kids that has no mittens, have no hats or boots, that we brought it to them, make sure they have. So we've always been, advocate for the community and surrounding and taking care of each other is what we do.
I love the line you used. All roads lead here. That right there is a slogan. It's it really like encapsulates every the kind of work you're trying to do, the kind of kind of like community you're trying to nurture, and I think it's
He's
really
been trying to get me to go to Jamaica to celebrate Christmas for
Forever.
so many years. I said,
Forever.
first of all, I can't do Christmas in the heat. I'm a Canadian girl through and through.
She
I
wants snow.
cannot
I
do
know.
Christmas without the cold and the snow. That's first of all.
I can do without it.
Second of all, I said there are so many people that rely on this, our celebration of Christmas, to latch onto. If we're not here, where are they going to go for Christmas?
That's
oh
all
the
the
other
time.
challenge. That's the other
And
challenge.
I said we cannot. We have any other time to go to Jamaica. We have to maintain that Christmas celebration here so that people have somewhere. Anybody, a lot of people who we haven't seen all year, or maybe haven't talked to very much throughout the year, they know that on Christmas Day you can come to Lowe's and have a meal. They know that without fail. They don't even have to call. They'll just show up they'll know that we're here doing Christmas. That's for sure.
Speaking of meals, because food is a very strong identity of your channel. I think I met and connected to you guys through food, because I do love cheese, and Nino can really whip some great pasta there, and I was just like, I was salivating, and I got hungry literally just watching Nino make make that food. Nino, I'm going to ask you about food, and and maybe Lo can chime in terms of you are amazing in the kitchen. It's just a delight watching you like do your thing. You whip things, and even though we can't, first of all, I want to like you to answer one question. David Ant is like really anxious when Lo rose to go to the kitchen. David was like, please ask Nino the okra question before Lo comes back, so that at least I have yeah. So, but of course you're in the zone. You're busy explaining something there about the profession and everything. So I made
I think my love for food, Goga, actually started when I was around 16 years old, and I worked at a hotel. And I was a busboy at this hotel. After school, I go bus tables, you get a few dollars in your pocket. And one of the things that used to happen to me is, even though I was to be in the dining room, clearing the tables and wiping them down, I would always find myself in the kitchen, watching what the chefs were doing. And there was a head chef at that hotel at the time. And if anyone that knows anything about hotel and the culinary arts in hotels, a chef in a hotel,
he's a big boss.
Is God. I don't know. Is Goga still here?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. I was getting some water.
Chef in a hotel is like God himself. He walks on water. Whatever he says goes. So I remember the chef by the name of Aggie Nielsen. He would come in the kitchen and he would warn me, you're not supposed to be in here. You work outside. Go back out in the dining room. And he would catch me once and twice and 3 times. And one day the chef caught me red-handed. And he said, come here, little boy. And he's up in my face and he said, why are you always in the kitchen? You like it in here? And I said, yes, chef, I do like it in here. He says, really? He said, how much do you like it? I said, I like watching the chefs. I learn from them when I watch them. He says, the next shift you're on, report to the main kitchen.
Wow.
Mind you, I'm like barely even 16 years old, right? I report to the main kitchen, and it was incredible. I've never seen that end of things before, because where I was a busboy was in it's called Le Café. So it was a coffee shop. Just soups and sandwiches. And now I'm going to the main kitchen where I've seen guys preparing Chateaubriand and filet mignon and Dover soles, and guys making 100 different sauces. And
he's a food snob.
I started to pick this up like it was nobody's business. I was working initially with the banquet chef, a gentleman by the name of Gus. I was his little lackey. I did whatever Gus wanted me to do, but I was learning a lot of things. I was learning a lot. In doing so, I started to observe the gourmet chefs doing the fine dining room. I started, paying attention to Guarino, who was the Italian chef. I started paying attention to the saucier. And then one day, it was my luck. The garde manger got sick.
What is a garde
Garde is now the guy.
I'm like, I was going to ask, like, stop going
Garde
off.
So he's the guy now that prepares all the salads, all the appetizers, the cold appetizers, the pate, all that type of jazz. I was tossed in there. I had no clue what was going on. I was tossed in there. But let me tell you, I survived. I made it through. I survived. And at the end of the night, all the chefs got together and all the bus boys and the dishwasher, they would set a table for them. They'd put a case of beer onto the table, and you can make whatever dish you want. If you want a steak, you want a lobster, you make whatever you want. You go there, you sit, you have a beer. And I felt like I was part of the team.
Mm.
At the time, there was a gentleman by the name of Anthony Brathwaite. He was a sous chef, the only black man in that place. That man took me under his wings, and he taught me a lot.
See, he's getting choked up. I call him the weeping willow Goga because he chokes up so easy. You see that? You're choking.
Oh.
Anyway,
No, leave it.
and I'm saying this to say, Goga, that I never forget people who do good for me.
Mm.
And that man taught me a lot.
And he still talks to Anthony
I still
to this
communicate
day.
with him. He comes to town. We still get together, and and I just learned and learned and learned. So I knew so much. And interestingly enough, I started even working with the butchers. Started knowing how to break down a cow, and so I went on to study culinary arts.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing about culinary arts. I didn't study the cooking aspect. I studied the managerial aspects.
Yes.
So anything to do with food and beverage, hotel, restaurant management, food and beverage, I was all about that.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking just came easy to me.
Yeah.
It came very easy to me because all that exposure that I had working at that hotel just taught me so much. I could take one main sauce and make the next 200 sauces.
And he's never worked as a chef.
I have never worked
He's
as
always
a chef.
been on the management side.
Ever. But
Wow.
I get to college. I'm now studying culinary arts, where subsequently I was the president of the student council,
Mm.
president of the Canadian Food Service Executive Association before I could even blink.
Yeah.
Because this is something that I just had a passion for, and I just loved it. So
Meanwhile, I was in the other building just doing my nursing, not even bothering with him.
So I was king of kings over there.
Oh, yeah.
I was the man over
He
there.
was the man over there. I just stayed in my
man.
building. They were
Is
doing their
every-
pub crawls,
Yeah, so
his
anyone-
presidential stuff. Goga.
I knew you were going to like rub in the presidential thing.
Anyone that was involved
I was too busy studying.
with hotels or food and beverage and any of that in Toronto knew of me. Because I would be invited to all these, but food and cooking was something I was so passionate about that just came because I knew, and I had all the basic knowledge of how to create and build things. So when I would get home and Lo would say, "Oh, there's no food in the house," and I'll open it up, I say, "You got to be kidding me! I can make a meal out of the leftovers you have here. Are you kidding me?" And my mind became so creative that I just did things. I just did it. I just knew how to. I knew how to build flavors.
And Goga, even to this day, what we show on the channel, I always have to tell Nino, make it simpler because
because he complicates it.
you just hear what he said, the garmonier.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have to say, Nino, we don't know what you're saying. You have to.
Aren't you the same person who said you like living in mansions and stuff? I enjoy that.
I not only like showing you, I like teaching people how to do something.
Yes.
I like teaching them. I like walking them through the steps.
Yes.
So next time they can build that themselves. They can learn from that.
Yes.
I really enjoy.
He's always wanted to open a restaurant. Always.
One of these days, I'm going to open a Michelin star restaurant. You pay attention to me. One of these days, I'm telling you.
From your lips to the ears of the universe.
No, I know how to put stuff together. I know how to do it. I just chose not to pursue that. And it's one of the reasons that I got out of that altogether, Goga, to be honest with you, I started to and realized that the industry that I was in, when everyone else was partying, having a good time, I had to be working. I decided, wait a minute here. Well, that's not fair to me. Why do I always have to be working when, because everyone's,
Everyone else is fasting.
yeah, they're going to need the food. So I just got out of it. I said, you know what? But the passion was always there.
But he
Always
can make some exquisite gourmet dishes. And I think that's why whenever we have a barbecue, like we used to have a yearly barbecue. We're thinking of doing one again this year. We haven't fully decided. But it's not a regular barbecue. Nino has like 10 different entrees.
I don't do anything regular. I don't know how to do
chicken done several different ways. There's seafood done several different ways. It's
a lot. You got filet mignon. You got nice, lovely chicken breast, duck. You got scallop. You name it.
It's crazy.
But I don't know how to do anything.
But it's just
ordinary to me. Let me just put it this way. To me, that's what ordinary is.
Then you wonder why I don't cook. How can you cook for somebody like this? Even
I was going to ask you, Lo, you come from work, you're so tired, you just want something to eat, and then
the honest
is like
that the honest that she can, because she will call me sometimes, just over the moon that she's prepared this dish. It's lovely. And she's raving and going on, and I come in and I open the pot and I beeline to the loaf of bread. I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'm not gonna eat. Goga, I do not eat
He's
food.
a food snob.
I don't eat food to make other people happy.
He's a food snob.
If I'm not happy, rest assured I'm not gonna eat it.
Even the
wait, Nino, are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I am dead serious. I do not eat food to make other people
I don't
happy.
take offense anymore.
I just can't.
When I feel like cooking, I cook. If I don't, or I make sure I cook for everybody else in the house. If he eats it, he eats it. He'll either eat it or he won't, or he'll make his own little thing. Nino has the ability to go in the kitchen and 15 minutes later, he comes out with this amazing looking pasta or something.
And even you're like, ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, he doesn't need me to feed him. He can do it on his own, but he's a food snob through and through.
And so it really it poses a challenge for me when I go to a restaurant, because I will go through everything, or if it's a buffet, I will do the grand tour. I will walk through everything and I will plot in my mind, how am I going to attack this? What do I like? And I will do things that I like. If I go to a restaurant,
God help
I will have questions from the server.
Oh,
what does this come with?
No.
Because
it's not just questions. He drills. He drills them about the ingredients.
To me, and this is what is going to make my restaurant one of these days amazing. To me, as a server, you need to know what is in what made that dish, because I'm going to ask you these questions. Is this so and so in there? There are times she has to slow me down and say, just order a sandwich. Just stop and order a sandwich. Stop.
He's terrible.
Yeah, I am bad.
And then if they can't answer his questions, he asks to speak to somebody in the kitchen, the chef.
I'm bad because
is Nino the person who calls the chef to the table?
Yes.
Goga? Yes.
Goga, when you go to a restaurant, you are paying hard currency for a service and a certain.
You didn't go there.
You deserve that quality, because if and when I have that place, I am going to make sure that you get the quality that you're paying for.
Well,
all step in the
when
way.
he creates such a ruckus, I just want to make sure that there's no extra organic matter in my meal.
No, if I get the chef to come out and see me, then the chef and I will have an understanding that I'm not trying to him. I'm not trying to him. I want to make sure that, and I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, but may I suggest? I remember going to a resort in Jamaica, and I ordered eggs Benedict. And I had to send the eggs Benedict back 3 times.
That's the worst.
And finally I said, can you ask the chef to come and see me?
That's the worst.
Please. Because number one, you're serving me eggs Benedict and you're not using pea meal bacon. You're probably using ham. You're not using an English muffin. You're probably using some other.
Oh my God. Nino.
Hollandaise just came from a package. You told me it's made from scratch. But sir, it's made from scratch. Well, no, you emptied a package. You didn't make it. I want to know that you're churning the butter and that's what I mean when I said made from scratch. Like, you're not gonna fool me with this nonsense. You either give me what your menu said, that you're supposed to give, or I don't want it. Yeah, they call me the food snob.
Food snob.
But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I eat pig's feet. I eat chicken's feet. I eat oxtail.
And he'll eat at the roadside. No questions asked.
Because I love my ancestors.
No was waiting for the roadside comments. Just, I think I thought she just sneaked it in there.
That's right.
So anyway, that's the life of my food journey, though. And
you did have a comment here by Angie who is driving, but she was tempted enough to type on the chat. And Angie is saying, cook some oxtail with rice and peas. It went there, of course. And I was going to ask.
I have cooked oxtail. I do have one on my channel that I cooked way back when, but I'm going to do another one. But you know what I've done with my oxtail that I've cooked in the past is a lot of people will prepare oxtail and they'll prepare the oxtail on the stovetop. Okay, they'll prepare the likes of the rice and peas on the stovetop. I like to take a different method. Is when I get that going. Okay, my oxtail. First of all, I like to add a little bit of red wine to my oxtail, which is going to kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not just going to cook it on the stovetop. I'm going to cook it in the oven because in the oven, you get a convection-like cooking. You get the heat coming from all over and you get things cooking evenly. And the same goes for your rice. I enjoy cooking stuff in the oven as opposed to just braising it on the stovetop.
That's you.
There's a comment here by Title Pro and Nino. I think Title Pro stopped giving Nino ideas.
It's Nino.
Several years ago, I went to dinner with a group, and one guy sent his steak back 3 times.
That's Nino.
Yes. If I'm going to buy a steak and I'm going to pay the price of a steak, you're going to damn well know how to cook a steak properly. That's what I'm not just paying for the meat. I'm paying for the skill and the knowledge of being able to cook it properly. That's half the money is going to.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, Lo, what is your take on okra? Let's get this because I'm being harassed on the chat. We need to set up this.
Now, to David's point.
No, like make sure you're looking at the camera and you're answering this so that you're not like.
Okay, let me look straight into the camera for all my fans out there. Do I eat okra? Honestly, I'm not a big fan of okra. I'm not a fan.
Okay, Nino, you can. Hello, thank you. Nino, moving on swiftly.
No, I do eat okra.
She likes to have okra, but she won't eat okra.
I'll eat okra, but if it's crunchy and in okra water and the okra punch. But I'm not a big fan of the slime. Not a big fan either. I'll eat it, but I'm not a fan.
If I'm making, and I like my okra. Especially with fish. If I'm cooking fish, I'm putting some okra in there.
Always.
Because that's the fish is okra's fish is the okra's cousin.
Steamed fish.
You know, they're cousins. They stick together.
My steamed fish.
You can't have one without the other. You know, okra is it's amazing though. It's absolutely delicious, nutritious.
Yes.
It's got character. It's good. And it's good.
Yes, David. I'm in the middle.
David's not liking this.
I'll eat it, but I don't love it. But I'll eat.
But my I don't know if you guys have seen. I've got a video on my channel about okra punch.
Let me let me pull it up because I was the okra punch is somewhere here. Yes.
That stuff surprises you. It's very good.
Listen,
it should be on videos.
If you haven't had okra punch,
try it.
I'm going to strongly suggest. There we go, right there. I'm going to strongly suggest to you, try the okra punch.
Yeah.
You will be amazed. Follow that recipe to a T.
Yeah.
And enjoy that because it is absolutely lovely.
Even I like the okra punch.
If you don't like the actual texture of the okra and the sliminess of the okra, you're not going to experience that in the okra punch. You're going to experience a lovely punch that's just full of flavor. It's got tons of nutritional value.
Yeah,
and it's to share with friends and family. That's all I can tell you.
I mean, I must try this okra punch thing because the way Lo is getting excited about it, and she's
it's good. It's really good. I have to admit, I when I first heard okra punch, I thought, I thought it would be all slimy, but it's not. It's very good.
All right. David, David, can you just behave? Because I know you are. I don't get you are kind. It was kind of going to like go this way because we have 3 co-hosts on the Sunday service. What did you expect? Like it's not one. It's not one against one. It's like we have like 1, 2, 3. But I'm glad
David.
Nino and I, and then Nino, you have a comment here by Angie Hart says fish, okra and steamed fish, delicious.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I just want to say big up and shout out to Miss V from NYC. I see ya.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Miss
the
V,
love.
can I see that? Okay, let me ask you: is there like do you like have a place where you guys compromise when it comes to like let me say so Nino, what's Lo's favorite like food that like that you can actually eat? And Lo, which is that food that when Nino makes, like you can literally like, okay, everything else can take a backseat. I'm going to like feast on this.
You want me to be absolutely honest with you about that?
Ooh, I know what.
No, so long as you don't get into problems after this Sunday service, you're good.
You won't.
Will you be safe? Will you be safe, or will I have to like come and defend you?
I won't be sleeping outside. Trust me. I'll be all right.
So make sure you answer that question based on your safety after the Sunday service.
Absolutely. Now she absolutely loves anything that I cook that is non-ancestral.
True.
She doesn't like the ancestral food.
True.
Anything else, she will enjoy.
True.
The ultimate for her is for
Is
me to make a pasta dish. She loves
or
all my
I thought you were
pasta
gonna say
dish.
salmon.
The salmon is a given. The salmon is she
Okay.
loves my salmon as well.
Yeah, he makes
Okay.
different types of pasta
Yeah, it's just
with fresh ingredients. He doesn't use store-bought sauce. He makes the sauce.
I'll just go out back to my garden and just pick whatever. And here we go. Let's just
So
make
you'll
it
see
sauce.
him with a handful of tomatoes, a handful of fresh picked herbs, and then all of a sudden you get this delicate sauce that's to die for. You don't even need meat in there.
You don't need meat. There's no meat necessary.
And that
It's-
for
it's
me with a little
flavorful.
Parmesan cheese,
Yeah.
chef's kiss. Yeah.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can't do it because first of all, the first thing that you have to do is peel the tomatoes, or as Nino says,
Concasse.
concasse the tomatoes. I can't do that because it's a
Wait.
very delicate thing to peel the
Nino, what is concasse? Because some people are getting vocabularies in this live stream.
What it is normally if you're gonna be making a pasta dish and you got tomatoes, you just cut up the tomatoes and you throw everything in and you let it break down. And what I do is I remove the skin and I remove all the seeds. So all I have is just the flesh. Now, if you've ever eaten tomatoes with the skin on there, some of it getting your teeth. I'm not about that life. Okay, it's got to be smooth and silky.
Could you imagine,
So,
Goga?
and it's such a simple process, Goga.
No, I thought you were the bougie one.
No, the concasse of the. But you see now, I'm accustomed to this custom-made pasta with concasse tomatoes. I can't have anything less now.
She understands. And just imagine my brothers and sisters out there making some jollof rice and concasse your tomato, taking it to another level.
We do have a video on how to,
Another level.
if you really want to
there is
know
a
how to
video.
do it. There is a video.
So-
Because the other day I got an email, I guess from this vidIQ thing or whatever, that we have over 860 videos now. I believe.
Yep.
Is that what the number is?
There we go, 857.
Oh, 857.
There we go.
And
Because it's probably 860. Yeah.
that is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Right?
We're
Some of
putting
them I
more-
forget
putting
that
some
we
more.
did. Some of them I forget. Yeah, that shows how much work we've put in. And you see, sometimes my kids will say, "Oh, I don't like your thumbnails." Like, well, it is what it is. That comes straight from the mind of Lo.
These thumbnails are amazing. And maybe this can be a great opportunity to segue into the content.
Okay, I gotta take.
Okra water is the most popular video
Yes.
on your channel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta take this time out, Goga, to recognize this lady to my left or to my right, depending on where you're sitting. Amazing. my director, my creator, my producer, my you
Wait,
name it.
let me put you on like a big layer so that you. So that
Yes, I want this. I want this.
I know you love it. I know you love this attention. Okay,
And
let's
this
go.
movie is for Lo.
Okay.
All the accolades: an amazing producer, director, creator, writer. This woman is self-taught how to do all that stuff, and she does it, and she amazes me each and every time. Now we're filming our videos, and she will stop me in the middle of, no, you gotta do it this way, and I'm like, I used to get really upset. I don't get as upset anymore because I realize she's absolutely right. She
Thank
can
you.
take, just like how I can and create something
Thank
from
you.
nothing. She will take a video,
Thank
what
you.
appears to be nothing, and when you
Thank
look at the
you.
end result, something has happened.
Thank you. And he'll
Something
say,
has happened.
something like, "Oh, why does I have to do this way?" Or in the middle of us filming something, and I will stop him and I'll say, because all he wants to do is to demonstrate whatever he's saying. And I'm like, you can't just demonstrate it, because you need to stop. I need to get a certain angle. I need to get a certain close up. I have a vision in my mind of how I kind of want the end product to look. So you just got to let me get those shots so that I can do it, right?
But she is good though, and I tell her that all the time. She is good at what she does.
And the more you
She's
do
good at
it,
what she
the
does.
better it gets, and the easier it gets. So, and it's
You
fun.
guys, did you have like videography knowledge before you started your channel, or you're just winging it?
Zero.
I am
Zero.
a researcher at heart. A researcher. Everything that you see there, if I didn't know how to do it, I would go research, watch videos, go to Google, teach myself how to do it. Everything. There was a website that I created. Mind you, I haven't really updated that website in a long time.
And it's www.
But there's
Nino Lo.
there's a lot of glitches in it now, but
there
I
are
have
a
to
few
go and
glitches.
kind of fix it, but I just don't have time.
NinoLo.com.
But everything that you see there, it's all me.
Wow.
Some of them I think are good, some of them maybe not so good, but it is what it is. It's a learning process. Like, we don't come into these YouTube streets with all of this knowledge, and I can see the way that I've progressed.
Every day, it's a new experience. Every day.
And I tell people all the
Every
time,
day.
you always hear I watched a video the other day by David Hunt, as a matter of fact. I even shared it on the page because I was so inspired. He did a video about starting YouTube after 40 or something like that it was.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's so true. If you sit there and procrastinate, you're never going to get started. Just do it.
Just do it.
If you make a mistake, that's okay. The next video, you'll figure it out. And for the longest time, we would say, oh my God, we're not growing.
We were
growing.
looking for perfection. We're looking to make
Thank
a
you.
perfect video. Realize there is no such thing.
There is no perfect video.
And
just be natural and organic.
And your tribe will find you. Your tribe, like, we feel like we have so many connections across the world now.
And I don't know, it's what's next for us.
Yes. What's next? The world is our oyster, I think.
Next for us.
Because I think in the years to come, we're thinking of retiring. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm 59 years old, 59 years young.
And I'm only I'm 5 years younger than you, right?
Huh? No, you're not.
1 year older than her.
So we're 59 and 60. So
wait, hold that thought, because I know you did not have to like sneak in your age or anything. I was going to ask a question. I know you are. I know you are. Okay, you're not asking this. You have to know how I don't look a day over 30. How do you guys stay young and like you mean like 59 and 60? You don't look. You don't look your
stay young.
We want the secrets, because look at this. There's a comment by one. There's a comment.
One of these days, I think I may have the courage to really talk about my fitness journey. Right?
Is it okra water?
Huh? Is it okra?
Water?
Okra water.
I do drink okra water now.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. Honestly, that's one of them. But when I was in my 30s, say, even 40s, when you're so driven with work and, you have your mortgage, you have your bills, you have your this, and the kids are young, you're trying to get them what they need. you don't have time for yourself. I think I look a lot younger now than I did then. I was a lot heavier then. I never ate properly, neither of us. And after we had COVID, Nino was very sick with COVID. He wasn't hospitalized. And I think the only reason why he wasn't hospitalized at the time is because I was a strong advocate, and our family doctor knows you're not messing with this emerge nurse. Because at the time, if he was admitted to the hospital, I wouldn't be allowed to go. And he's never been in the hospital without me being there to direct his care, right? Never. So I knew that he wouldn't do well being in the hospital by himself. And our family doctor would call us every single day. We did a video call. We had certain equipment in the house that he knew, because I was the emerge nurse, I could run this equipment. He was in one room, I was in the other room, but I was still like making sure it was okay. And then he finally turned that corner. We gave him one more night. And if he didn't turn that corner, then we had no choice. He would have to go in the hospital, and he managed to turn the corner. And I think ever since that day, we made a decision then, we've got to improve our health. We've got to change our health, because look how easily it could just all slip away. So since then, we changed our diet. Now that diet has become a lifestyle change. I'm not saying we don't slip up sometimes, but we made major changes. Yeah. We both have lost weight, and we do a lot more exercise. And I think that's part of the reason why we look a lot younger. The other reason is, I think, because we have our kids are around, our grandkids are around. Yeah. And I think we're just cool all around, young, cool, and hip.
I like that.
We're just young, cool, and hip. I don't know. I think it's just the personalities. I don't know.
Guys, that's what you need to look like. Probably they look amazing. They look amazing. And Kanini, I think that's the first thing. That's the first thing I think she noticed when she walked in. She was like, "Oh my God, guys, look at these people. They look so young."
I can show you pictures where I look like a granny, and I was only probably like 30 years old. You can't all up yourself, as the Jamaicans say. Don't all up yourself. Like, you got to just live in your skin. You got to live life. You can't, being in these old, stuck-in ways of. You gotta go with the times, learn new things, for sure.
Lo, I've given you content. You need to talk about that somewhere in there on Nino and Lo. That fitness, those tips and tricks.
We did kind of touch on it on one of the lives, but I can show you a picture history of me through the years, and you'd be shocked when I show people of what I've come from. They're like, "That's you." I'm like, "That's me."
Sometimes I've got some old pictures of her on my phone, and every once in a while I'll send one to her. She's like,
"No." If I'm like feeling defeated or less motivated, he'll send me a picture. Every now and again, it'll pop up, and I'll be shocked, because you forget where you're coming from, right? Nice. That's like a good reminder. And I mean, it's all me. Like, I love me at any size, but I've come such a long way, and I think I'm the most fit now than I've ever been.
And as they say, your health is your wealth. Right?
Definitely. And at this diabetes, high blood pressure, all the things, no. I'm not taking none of that into my next decade. No way.
I couldn't believe how far down in this chair I went. I'm so relaxed.
Oh.
I was ready to fall asleep.
I can talk to you all day. I can talk to you all day, Goga.
No, I love you guys, and that's the beauty of the Sunday service, because it's your show, and people are enjoying, and you can see the chat is very excited. They're just listening in and soaking in all the wisdom.
We do enjoy and can appreciate that you guys can be anywhere at this moment, but you choose to be right here listening to us.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
The first couple times that we started getting regular visits on our live streams and people are engaging, we start to think, wow, like, people out there are interested in what we have to say. That we thought that was so cool. Yeah.
Amazing. And I like what you said just when you're talking about the channel, that you are trusting the process. Like, there's no perfect video. You are learning through each edit. You're learning through each thumbnail, each video, each angles that and I like how you are leveraging on your strengths. Nino wants to Nino wants to focus on explaining what he's doing, and and that's where he excels because it's like it has to be perfect. It's precise. I'm like, I'm doing, what did you call it? That the Kokase thing. He's doing that, and for him that is where he excels. You are looking at angles. You're like, this may be the thumbnail. This may be the thumbnail for this video. This may be the thumbnail. Not quite yet, but
you see, at the time, he's not getting that. He's just frustrated that I'm stopping him in his speech.
and you're also trying to limit the duration because you're not going to throw a 2-hour video on people. So
it takes us, sometimes when we're filming a video, it depends on what we're making. If he's cooking, we might film 3 videos in one day. Right?
I think we've done a maximum 4 videos.
We've done that in one day where it's just all day cooking and all day filming. And let me tell you, you know what the best video, our most viral video would be, Goga? I'll tell you. You see, minutes before we start our live stream.
Oh, you don't want to see those.
I wish we had a hidden camera. Now those are receipts, Goga. Yeah. I'll be like, hurry up, get down here. We're about to start. He's like, why are you bothered? And then we both sit here like, welcome. Those would be the best receipts. The 5 minutes or 10 minutes before we start our live stream, because it's
I always love those bloopers. Like when I'm panicking before I start the live stream.
Yes.
Yeah. People never get to see that stuff, and you're like, oh my god, geez, I need to like button my shirt. Like things are falling all over the place. I've not turned on the ads. Something is ringing. Yeah, like it's always like a mess and stuff.
And he's always rushing me. Always. Oh.
We're looking forward to the next chapter moving forward, though. At some point.
I love that. And I was going to ask you, in terms of like your content creation, generally, just in case there's somebody who is like, because you guys are exploring different things, gardening is very strong, food is very strong, and also now you have these meetups with your community every Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's talk about investment in content creation. What are some of the things that you've invested in terms of building your content? It could be a camera, it could be a phone, it could be
one of the cards,
what editing software do you use, and so on?
We have in our early days, we didn't even have. I think we were trying to get to 400 subscribers, and we did like a giveaway where we did. Nino cooked, I think, a meal, an oxtail dinner enough for 10 people. And the local people, if you subscribe, and we can see that you subscribe, we pick your name out of a hat. So we did that in the early days. We have a lot of different equipment that we don't even use anymore. Lights that we thought we needed more lighting. So we have some light. We rarely use that. What I use most is a nice selfie stick that can turn either way, landscape mode or the up and down.
I still think, though, in terms of investment,
we do need a new camera.
We need a new camera.
And one thing that I think is invaluable, and our kids laughed at us when we did this, but we made these little cards. You probably
nice
because I did this QR code. I figured out how to make a QR code.
But this is way back when.
Which is here. We did this for a while, and that's because we would give this because we would meet people our age and say, oh yeah, just you can follow us on YouTube, and they'd say, how do I get to YouTube? And you'd have to take their phone and do it for them because they're not so well versed. They're rotary phones like we are. But if I give you a card and you just tap on the QR code, or you can take the card and navigate it later
and share it with a friend.
Right? And so we have these cards, and these have become.
Well, I've been saying for quite some time, though, that we need to invest in new camera equipment.
Well, part of the reason why we haven't is because
we got to research and get the right one.
He wants a camera. I do everything on my phone and my laptop.
You can upgrade your phone then.
I need to upgrade my phone, sure, but I need everything.
What phone does Nino use that he's busy like trying to like say upgrade your phone?
I have the IMAX Pro, but I don't think you have a Pro.
I don't have a Pro. I need to get a Pro, but I need all of my videos, all 15,000 of them on my phone, because everything is content. That's the key.
I can't
Everything is
believe-
content.
Goga, I can't believe
What is up, guys? How we doing?
Hey!
Goga.
That's Goga all the way live from Kenya. This is our daughter Jessica.
Hello.
Yes,
hello.
I remember her from that day.
Can you believe she actually came to visit us without the grandkids?
Yeah,
you need to go back.
where's our
You
grandchildren?
need to go
Listen,
back. We don't need to see
I
you. We need
came
to see
here
the
to get my
grandkids.
daughter's bike, and I'm going back home.
Oh, well, you
Wow.
can take the teddy bear.
And our teddy bears.
She's not
She's
too
amazing.
She's
I
not-
can tell where she gets her main character energy.
Oh, let me tell you, you cannot mess with that girl. She's the youngest of two brothers. She's as strong as an ox, and she's very strong-willed. She gets it from her
Strong
mama, and
personality.
you can't mess with Jessica.
I did not even mention any name, but clearly Mama had to take credit for it. So yeah.
Yes.
Oh, just
When if she has a conflict with someone, I just walk away. I say, "You got my blessings."
Oh.
Good luck with this
But
one.
she's been taught
Oh, yeah.
not to give them the angry black girl because
She
that's
won't-
what they
she won't
expect.
do
You
that.
have to use your wit and you come correct and you put them in your place. And you always have to add, okay, hun, to kind of sweeten it out. And that's it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. We're not here to act all crazy, but you still get your point across. But honestly, you don't need a lot of equipment because we have bought, like I said, the lights. We bought some mics, but I don't even know if those mics work very well. I think we might need new mics, but you do need mics when you're filming in the garden so that you can get better audio. And that's about it. And you don't need you can get a fancy
You can
camera.
if you want. I mean, it's not.
And I don't even use my laptop most of the time. I use my laptop just to kind of upgrade.
Yeah, she uses her phone for
edit
everything.
on my phone because I need everything. That's the way I taught myself. That's the way I'm comfortable. I tried editing on my laptop. It just doesn't work for me. I tried some of those fancy editing software. It's too much information. I can't use them. It's too much.
But you can
What software do you use to edit? Just curious.
I use iMovie. I use Canva.
Oh.
Sometimes I use CapCut, and I
Amazing.
take a little bit from each and make my own thing. It's like I said, sometimes I have a vision of what I want my video to look like, and then I will spend hours picking the right music because I'm so musically inclined and my musical taste is so eclectic.
Yeah, she's got a vast musical
My musical
library in her
taste
head.
is so eclectic, and he won't even remember some of these songs. And I can pick out small sections of songs and then say, oh yeah, I want to make a video using that 15 seconds. And then I'll make a little note to myself as to make a future video. I make a lot of little notes to myself. But yeah, that's it. Like, it doesn't have to be really fancy. And in the beginning, when I was researching on how to start a YouTube page and what you should do, and they always say this business niching down. Well, we broke every single rule because, first of all, there's two of us.
Yeah, we've been told many times that we should separate.
And we should separate the channel, have either cooking or gardening. And I'm like, no, the brand is Nino and Lo. If it's not Nino without Lo. If Nino's in the kitchen, then Lo's behind. If Lo's in the garden, then Nino's behind. It's Nino and Lo. That's the brand. So we can't separate it. So you don't always have to listen to what those big YouTubers tell you how you should do your channel. You just do what feels well for you, So
Gardening. Let's talk about gardening because we talk about food, gardening, and one of the places you spend your days when you're off low is your garden. And I think I've had an opportunity to see even your little granddaughter trying to like let me watch.
Yesterday,
yeah,
I had the pleasure of being by myself. The grandkids were here, but they were busy with their uncle and whatnot. So I was by myself and I had several hours where it was just me and my garden. I was thinking of going live, but then I said, no, this is just for me. This is just for me.
My moment. Yes.
It was the best. The weather cooperated. It wasn't too hot. And it was just me out there and my plants. And let me tell you, when did I start the garden? It's been maybe 6 years now where we did an outside renovation. And I do have a video that shows you the before and after, because before this garden, it wasn't even a garden. It was just a space for the raccoons and whatever.
Wild animals.
Yeah, because the grass would grow high, because we never had the time. We never had the time. We would just work. And then we decided that we renovated inside the house. Now it's time to renovate outside, because my daughter was graduating university and
she wanted
a barbecue.
And we couldn't have a barbecue.
I said, a barbecue? They can't come to this backyard. So we said, okay.
That's how it started.
So we have to renovate this backyard. So that renovation,
you asked my granddaughter.
It started out to be something small. It turned out into a total gutting of the front yard space and the backyard space and getting a whole new space. So then it became a blank canvas. And then from there, I said, okay, so now I have to learn to garden. So I looked and I found somebody on Facebook who has now become a good, dear gardening friend. Her name is Linda. If you're watching, Linda, or if you see this, Linda was my gardening guru. Linda came, and she was somebody that advertised in Facebook that she could help with gardens and stuff. And when I explained to her what I wanted and what I wanted her help with, she was very shocked. She said, mostly people hire me just to weed. She said, you're giving me free reign? I said, yeah. I said, I don't know much about plants. I need your help. And so she started to teach me about plants. I started to research plants. Before, when the kids were younger, I would just buy things that I liked and just plop them in, so that your house doesn't looks the same as the other ones. And then they would die and you would wonder why, because it wasn't the right conditions. So I like I said, I'm a researcher at heart. So I did a lot of researching and I figured out which plants I like, which ones would work, and slowly but surely fell in love with it till what we have now. And now, for the most part, it's like you set it and forget it. All those early plantings that I've done that have now grown to maturity, and that garden is such a peaceful Zen space. People come there and they just sit in the backyard. It's cool. It's nice. We spend most of our time out there in the summertime. That's our space.
It's and it looks like the investment that you've just put in terms of just even picking the flowers that are going into this particular section, watering them. I think that's one of your favorite parts and stuff. Kitchen items, you talked about some of the things, the herbs, that Nino uses for his spices are also from the garden.
Yes.
Is it hard maintaining, like a garden space, or how do you find it now that you've been doing this for like a while? To somebody who wants to start a garden in their compound?
In the heat of the summer, and this year we had quite the heat wave in the later part of July, early part of August, and certain parts of my garden I was watering twice a day, especially the containers, because they'll dry out. And a lot of my gardening starts indoors in the early part of spring and the later part of winter. Like I start gardening in February indoors. I start seeds indoor because plants are expensive. It's crazy how expensive plants are. You buy a small plant, you might spend $15 on this little plant, and it'll take 3 years to maturity before it's substantial. That's like, that's a lot of money. So then you want to buy 4 or 5 of them, and then it only fills in such a tiny little space. But if you start from seed, a lot of the stuff that I have there, I started from seed. So now they're at full maturity. But I feel if I have spent all this time nurturing these plants from seed, indoors, outdoors, all this watering, I'll be damned if I let them get dried up by a little sun. It's too much work to let it go, right? So
like Nino added grass.
Yeah, very similar to the grass. It's spend a lot of time and effort on those grass.
You want to know what he does, Goga? When he's doing his lawn care out there and people are passing by and they stop and they compliment him about his grass, he goes in his pocket and he picks out a Nino and Lo card and he hands it out. Oh my God, he always has those cards on the ready. Oh, yes.
I have a very curious question about these cards because I think it's a great marketing tool. Now with the informal window being part of the channel,
Yeah.
These neighbors that you've that are also characters in the Nino and Lo franchise.
Yes.
When you give them the cards, don't you think they'll find you guys?
Yes. Yes.
Well, that's okay.
But I don't think they
They
all
don't,
know who they
they
are.
don't know who they are, though. They don't know. Because
Oh, yeah, of course, of course.
we never show them. They're just a character.
Yes.
We just know who they are. They
Yes.
have no idea.
Yes. Yes.
But the whole gardening culture, Lo did get our neighbors to
Yeah.
get involved.
Yeah.
We got.
I have a
3 of
video
our
where
neighbors
3 of my neighbors, I gave
started
them a
planting
challenge.
as well.
Yeah.
And I showcased them on the channel, and then I gave them a lovely carrot cake at the end for being good sports.
Yeah. Curious question. So, in gardening, they always say that not everything grows, as you plan. Sometimes, you gave a very good example there. Like, sometimes the seasons can be a mess and you have to water the place like even more than once.
Mm-hmm.
What gardening failure, have you had in that space that taught you a great lesson that, you've applied, let's say even on YouTube or even in life, because I know sometimes you really want this particular plant to grow, but
Was my hedge.
Oh, the boxwood?
At the beginning of my garden journey, would look at these pictures, and I was always gravitated to a little plant. It's like a hedge, and it's made of boxwood. You would see them in a lot of English gardens where, the hedging looks like a maze almost, and is very tailored. So you have a little hedge, and then you have like other plants growing behind it. So at the little in front of my porch, I just wanted this little boxwood hedge, and I bought those bloody little plants when they were $12 each. They were about this big. I tell you, it was an investment, Goga. And I planted them, and I measured each one, and they were there, and they were growing till they grew together. And just as it was the perfect little size and started to trim and everything, it got attacked by something called a boxwood moth. We had an infestation in the city. So these little caterpillar worms came and they ate and they put their webs in. Even though I sprayed it. At some point, I had to give it up and cut all of those out and dig them out. I was so heartbroken.
No.
And that just goes to show, you know what? The garden is forever changing. One plant dies, because you only have a finite amount of space, right?
True.
Once it's all filled, if something is not doing well or it's no longer servicing you, dig it up, give it away, or get rid of it. I've seen
this quite a few times where she has dug up a plant and relocate the plant to a more suitable environment.
And then it thrives.
Either more sun or less sun, or
I've dug up plants, brought them to my mom, given them away because I only have a certain amount of space. And if I feel I need more color in that space, even though the plant's doing well, I try not to give it away, but I get rid of it. I'll just leave them there and I'll say, free, take the plant. And people take the plant because plants aren't cheap anymore. Yeah. But that really was heartbreaking. I did make a video about it, that boxwood hedge. I just felt like giving up then because all your hard work feels like down the drain. But now there's something different there and it looks great. I love it just as much. So, I mean, that's a lesson unto itself, right?
But perfection. It's best. Sometimes.
And every now and then cutting my grass, and this is a bit of a confession to Goga.
Oh,
let me get my receipt.
Low. Is every once in a while I'm cutting my grass
and you nip my plants.
And some pesky plants is hanging over into the grass.
I notice.
And I just run the lawnmower.
I notice when you go.
You need to talk to your plants and stop telling them to hang over my grass.
Well, I must say, Gogo, over the years, I've widened my garden beds ever so slightly.
I noticed.
And I'm encroaching more and more.
Goga, she thinks I don't notice, but I notice.
You notice.
I notice. Or she'll come to me and say, so what do you think of that right along the fence line? Do you think I could put a garden? I'm like, no, that's mine. Getting it.
She's encroaching, trespass at its best.
Space for your plants. I'm not giving you any more space.
Yeah, and most of my garden is for beauty. It's flowers and things that are pleasing to the eye. We have that small garden section or vegetable section that Nino Nino, this
Yeah.
year he hasn't been doing much of it. I've been maintaining it, but um, we don't have a lot. We don't plant a lot of food. We keep saying
No.
that we're going to do more,
But we don't.
but
No,
we
we
don't
don't.
because part of that yard, because there's always kids over, there's always kids in the backyard. We want to keep enough of a green grass space
Mhm.
that they can
Kids to
play,
enjoy,
they can, a sprinkler that they can run through it. The garden is nice, but it can't be so precious that you can't even go in there because you're
Mhm.
afraid to knock over a plant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with my garden, one of the things I've been on this chickpea
Oh.
diet.
Oh, I love chickpeas. That's my favorite.
Keep
Goga,
saying,
I've been
Goga,
on
we
this-
need to film it
I've
because
been on this chickpea
he's
diet.
been coming up with these chickpea recipes. Even I'm loving chickpeas now.
I
And,
love chickpeas.
so because I grow my own parsley in the back, I just make like a cold salad with olive oil and garlic and parsley and
And these are all from
lemon
outside.
juice,
Nice.
lemon. Oh, it's just amazing. And when I make it, I make like a whole batch, and
Mhm.
it'll only last me about 3 or 4 days because I will eat it at every step of the way.
Instead of rice,
Like,
instead of
Yeah,
potatoes,
just eat chickpeas.
good
I
source
love
of protein. And I
love it.
must say, I did attempt to plant okra this year, and the okra did not survive.
David would be happy to know.
The okra did not survive. I wanted to have my own okra for my okra water, and I don't know what I did wrong. I have to go back to the drawing board. They started out very promising, but
Yeah. Crooked Peach, if you can help Lo with this okra because your okra seem to be doing very well that you're eating them raw, please help.
we always have okra water in the fridge. We do drink okra water.
That's a big thing. For
Yeah.
those of you guys out there that have not drank your okra water today or don't have your okra water picture in your cooler, go out and get your okra. You too, David. Go out and get your okra. Try it.
And
Enjoy it.
yes. And if the longer you keep that okra in the water, the more of that mucilus, I think it's called, that the thick
Yeah.
jelly that comes out. I don't particularly like it too thick. Nino doesn't mind it, so I'll kind of thin mine out a little bit, and then it's fine. If you don't like that thick texture, just add a little bit more water and thin it out, and it's fine.
David, I did not even ask about okra. They just went there on their own. David, I did not even say anything. I thought I'd moved on from the okra things. They're the ones who just back.
But
We're talking about gathering.
It's a good thing. Okra is a good thing. It's a good thing.
I am so looking forward to in the next couple of years to retire and do this YouTube thing full time. Planning to do a lot of overseas travel.
Mm-hmm.
We
want to come see you. We want to come to see you.
Definitely want to come see you.
We want to come to the continent.
we definitely want.
And I want to. I've had my niece has gone to Ghana and she's loved Ghana.
Definitely take you to a roadside cafe. Sorry, carry on.
I've been to Egypt, but I want to come to like Nairobi. I want to come to the continent and live and see.
I think once we get on the continent, we'll probably be there for a little bit, just moving around, filming. And
her experience was so good.
Just having a good time. Good experience is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Nairobi.
Yeah.
You even have your voice planned out. We are definitely going to do that collaboration now.
Yes.
Let's talk about retirement, because retirement sounds like a very, it's a big milestone, but for you guys, I think it's almost like a reality. And even the fact that you're just learning about it, you guys got grandkids, and you are, let me just call you glam parents because you clearly don't. Yeah, they're glam parents. They don't look, they're not, they say, Nino says refined, not old.
There you go.
And don't worry, Lo, I've also banned the word old on my chat. If anybody ever uses the word old, they're always timed out by night. So we censor people here if they use those words. Refined it is.
I started going I'm going to say about 25 plus years ago, preparing for my retirement.
Oh.
Okay. That's what I said to myself at that time, that I am preparing for my retirement. And I started to play the game of golf. That was my preparation because that's what I wanted to do. I still want to do it, but now I have another love, another interest. I'm going to have to split my time in between,
I hate golf. I hate golf. No, I tried to take up the sport. I find it very boring. The outfits are cool. I could just sit in the cart and ride around in the outfit. But
Nino, she didn't just say.
they are.
Well, we used to.
That's something for him and his buddies when they go on their trips. It's more like a healing session for these men that they can kind of, you know, off of each other. It's more therapeutic for them, you know, on top of the game of golf. Yes, it's competitive, but I think after golf they have dinner. They talk about every subject.
There's a whole competitive nature of it, and all the guys I golf with, we often refer to our wives as golf widows.
Yeah,
I hate golf. We will get out there, and we're all competitive by nature, and we'll get out there and we'll compete. But after a round of golf, we're gonna sit down and have lunch, and we're gonna talk
for hours.
For hours. This goes on for hours, and then we'll get up and we'll do dinner, and then
therapy.
Maybe hit a cigar lounge and grab a drink, and then we'll do it all over again tomorrow. It's just,
and they've been doing it for many years. So I mean, that's their thing. All power to them. I wouldn't dream of going on a golf trip.
You can stay in garden.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I have no desire to play golf. No, tried it, didn't like it at all. No.
But the channel is also like, you guys got into the YouTube partner program. How has that experience been like? Because also just looking at it in terms of its retirement, but the channel can be sustaining itself in a sense. Any idea, any plans for merchandise? Nino, you are sitting on you are a gold mine when it comes to, when you're talking about food. I'm thinking cookbooks. I'm thinking like interviews or appearances when you're talking about food tasting. And things like
a lot of avenues there to turn to. I certainly have not explored or beginning to explore.
Yes.
There's just a lot of things. But I think we'll eventually get there. I mean, on an international scale. I want to be the next Anthony Bourdain. I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. Tours the world and just talk about food and explore food and everything about food.
I've been researching because, like I said, I'm a researcher and trying to educate myself, because when you're going into these spaces with brands and brand deals, and I know we had a lot of advice from Martin Family Forever. When she was on Simone there, and she gave all that great talk about brands and brand deal. That world is a whole new world for us. And I know that we've had certain businesses over the years that we've started from scratch. So I think we bounce business ideals off each other, and we're a good match where he takes one side of the things and I take another side. But this space of brand deals in the cyberspace world, it's a totally different thing than we're used to. So I'm trying to get a little bit of knowledge in there before I jump in 2 feet. And I think to myself, like, sure, we're part of the YouTube partner program, but I want to make sure that I even understand what that means, because there's so many easy ways to violate it. And all I ever think is, could you imagine one day we get up and our channel is gone? Because we do
a possibility.
So much work every day around this channel, and for it to be gone, that would be devastating. Mm-hmm. So you just have
Worse off, you don't know exactly why it's gone.
Yeah, so we just try to make sure we stay within the guidelines and just educate ourselves. But once we retire and we have more time to dedicate to this channel, I think the world is going to be our oyster. Because once we travel and we really get into it, like on a full-time content creator.
Yes.
I say we're just laying down the foundation right now. That's what I say all the time.
Because right now we're growing, but at a steady pace like this. Yeah. I don't need to go from 0 to 100 real quick. I just need that steady growth. And I'm happy with that. And then when we're really ready to, and when I look back at what we've done with the time that we have had,
we've done it. We've done it well.
I'm like, how did we do it? And let me tell you, Goga, we've done things like this. When Nino went to Jamaica the first time after the pandemic was lifted, he was on the first flight that flew into Jamaica to visit his father, right? I was working, I couldn't go on that trip. So Nino went to surprise his dad. And Nino's not the best with how to manage the camera and to upload and to do videos and editing. So I said to Nino, just take,
rotary phone.
I said, just take video, take the images and send them to me. He would take the videos,
did you tell him in landscape? Sorry.
Oh yeah.
well, that's it.
Landscape work.
And I edited them and made them into a video and posted those videos in real time. And he was still over there. That's the kind of partnership that we work through, right?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to do that from there. He can't post like that from there. So he would just send them to me and I would just edit them up, post them.
So just imagine we're in the same place.
Yeah. And those videos now are priceless because those are some of the last few memories of him with his dad, right? And that's priceless, one of the things of YouTube that it's just a good way of just laying the foundation, all those memories that you have, the story of your life, basically.
Actually, just like what your kid, your kid told you that I want to make memories, like I want to make memories, and it's part of memories.
Yeah.
One other thing you also have an advantage of as grandparents, you've also gotten to see the next generation in the family.
Yes.
I'm sure that is something you're so proud of. I see you guys around your grandkids, and I'm just like, I'm sure even your own kids are jealous because of the grandkids. But it's just on a light touch. So you get to see at least the next generation in the family. How does that make you feel? And because for me now, that brings a conversation around legacy. And when the grandkids. You just cracked a joke when your daughter came to say hi to us on the live stream. He's like, "Where are the grandkids?" well, I'm here, Mom and Dad, I'm here. He's like, "No, we need the grandkids."
Well, my daughter will tell me when I call. She goes, "Dad, I know you're not calling to speak to me." So
yeah, oh yeah.
And it really gives us a lot of joy that we are grandparents and be able to perform the roles of grandparents. Being able to teach and influence the next generation to come. And one of the things very, very key that I've always said to my children, all I ask you for is one thing. I ask you to do one thing for me. Just afford my grandkids the same experiences that I afforded you.
Yeah.
That's all I want from you. That is all I want from you. And right now, while we're able and while we can, we do all we can for our grandkids. When our grandkids are here, they stick to us like glue.
Yeah.
They're just all over us. They wanted every... Listen.
We have three of them.
I tell you something, Goga. My wife drives a fairly large vehicle. Not because she's the only one in the vehicle. The vehicle, when we buy a new vehicle, and this has been like forever, she always keeps in mind, how many other kids do I have to drive around?
It's a hint.
Right now, we have 2 car seats in the vehicle.
So it's for me, the grandkids, and the plants.
Okay. Right. That's all she has in there. Car seats and room for plants. That's it.
Yeah. So if you're driving with me,
she could drive a sedan.
I can drive one. I have a 7-seater, but if you're driving with me and you can't fit in the front seat, if there's 2 adults, well, you have to go in the very back row because it's all full of car seats. The car seats don't move. We have a new little grandson, but I haven't got permission to post him yet. So once I get permission, I can make it.
Oh, you're ready. You're like,
I have my video ready to go, but she says she wants to post him first, and she did a photo shoot, so she wants to put her photo first. So I said, okay. Oh. And that's the one thing that you have to realize as a grandparent, that you're not the one in charge. I tell him all the time, you're not in charge of what happens to their parents decide. We just have to abide by what their parents want. And he'll be like, but, no buts.
No, I can always sneak them that chocolate bar with
no buts. If the parents say no, it's no.
Grandparents are here to spoil grandkids. That's what
but you always like you have that feeling like you want to meddle. Like
That's him. He's a rule breaker when it comes to these.
Yeah,
grandkids.
I'll listen. We used to have a thing with my kids, Goga, that they each used to have a moment. We used to call
Called
it
a
a
moment.
moment.
Yes.
So your moment with dad, you can do whatever it is you want to do because that's your moment.
Yes.
I have the same thing with my grandkids. Let's go for a moment.
Yes.
Where do you want to go? You want to go to McDonald's and eat junk food, and let's go. It's
Yeah.
your moment. You make that decision.
Yes.
So yeah, it just
That's one of the things that has carried over into the
moments.
next generation. The moments.
Yeah, and my kids remember when they used to have a moment.
Yeah.
My middle son that lives in Tokyo, a lot of his moments was, Dad, can I come and play golf with you? And we'll go and play golf together.
Yeah.
That was his moment. That was his choice. That's what he wants to do. So we kind of like that, and that whole family bonding and and relating to your family and generational and speaking of even generational wealth, it's something that we're in the process of
trying to create.
We recently involved ourselves with some business venture in creating some what can we say? It's a product. It's being involved with a rum production and rum distribution.
Yes.
And we're not doing that for us.
No.
No, deeper than kulu. No, more refined than kulu kulu.
You know where this is coming from. You remember when I talked about kulu kulu on your live stream, and then Lo was like, "What's yoga talking about?"
It refined to the stage of the
it's like a boutique rum.
Yeah.
It's called Kariba. Yeah.
So we're in the process of, and we're doing that in light of building generational wealth. Not for us, but for our kids and grandkids. That's what we're doing that for. So we're thinking about them. This whole YouTube thing, and that's really for them. I'm just laying down the foundation. We're just building the base that they can carry on with.
Yeah, because I don't think we'll ever get rich off of YouTube.
No, definitely not happening. But also just the memories you guys are creating, and this also becomes part of the legacy.
And being able to do this together, share.
And it surprises me every time we get paid from YouTube. It's like,
wow. we're just so we're like tickled.
Yeah.
We're tickled to the point where we don't even go into the account to touch the money. We're like,
no, it's been sitting there
just
this
stay
whole
there.
time.
We don't even mess with it.
It looks pretty good.
It's just nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to say that's what it is. That's where it's from.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's passive income and also just something that you guys are doing.
It's nice to know that's part of your achievement. Just keep going.
Let's keep going.
Keep winding it up. Yeah, man. I love it.
Nice. Okay.
So,
guys, are there any questions on the chat? I don't see any questions. It appears I'm like, okay, wait. There is let the okra go. I think we have already done the okra. We've already done the okra. And then David is saying, I'm still asking in Lo's answer to the okra question and the fact that okra refuses to grow in Toronto. No, that is just that part of. Let it go, David.
wow.
We are going to get a variant that will grow there. When they come to Kenya, I'm going to give them a variant of okra that will grow that garden.
Oh, I'm just seeing all of our communities here. Look at that.
That is so lovely.
Everybody joined today. That's so nice.
Guys, have you if you know you are here and you've not connected to the beautiful Lo there and the most you can see that handsome man seated next to Lo. If you're not connected to that beautiful couple on the live stream, please click on the pinned link. It will take you over there. I see Elsie, I see Service, Kanini Kanene, thank you. David Hunt and Okra. Red Room is still like bragging about his crown.
Number one.
David is Red is very competitive when it comes to this crown thing, and it's amazing. It's part of the community. I'm getting towards the tail end, don't worry. So I'm going to now talk about just the next adventure, and which is really now.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Before you talk about the next adventure, I'll tell you this: that a few years ago, I had decided that I was going to. Now, Montreal is about 3 hours drive from here. Okay, so we're in Toronto. Driving east of here is about 3 hours. I made some plans with Lo for her birthday, and I was going to take her to Montreal.
That's what he said.
For her birthday. This would have been a Friday afternoon. All right.
This is
Sorry, it was a Thursday
You
afternoon.
realize this is almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was a Thursday afternoon. So I said to her, you got to pack your bag. We're gonna head out to Montreal, and we did. And she said, "Well, are we taking the bus? Are we taking the train? Because we're about 5 minutes from a train station." I said, "No, we're just gonna go to the airport. We're just gonna fly into Montreal. It's about an hour's flight." So we got to the airport, and we're all set. We're going through, and that's when I disclosed to her that no, we're actually going to Amsterdam for your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Amsterdam, and that in itself was an adventure.
The best part about it was that we had a pod. We had the first class pod.
We flew first class.
That was
we had that
just as good as the trip.
We had that when we arrived there. It's funny enough, we got to the train station. And from the train station to our hotel was only about 5 minutes, but it ended up costing me 30 euros.
Because we took an Uber who circled around.
I didn't know until the next day that all this guy was doing was driving around in a circle. Oh my goodness! I'm like, that's a train station right there, like a stone.
Oh my goodness! All right, so yeah, so just to make sure you guys feel like it's quite some distance.
But that's the type of thing going forward that we could be incorporating in our channel. Those spontaneous trips.
Just go.
Yeah, I
Where
can't
you
wait.
you end up.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it. We're gonna find wherever we go, and
that's it.
Which has been your most favorite, place to visit abroad? Well, don't other than Jamaica, please. Don't say Jamaica because that is different.
For me, it had to be Egypt. That was such.
Egypt. You came to the continent and you could not just randomly find your way in Kenya.
Yeah, she was too far north.
No,
it was.
I was with Jessica, so it was the two of us. Nino wasn't with us, and it was such a spiritual thing, especially in the Valley of the Kings. I wasn't a YouTuber at the time, but I did make a video to kind of, highlight the trip. I can't wait we have to go back because Nino wants to go. Mm-hmm. And it was amazing just to see all that ancient history and the legacy that proves that Black people were there and they built this foundation. You see our faces carved into the rock. It was that trip has stayed with me.
Yeah, for me till this day, it's still Japan.
Japan is a second.
Japan just made me realize how backwards we are in North America. We're so behind time. Yeah, we are so behind time. They do things on another level.
Really,
and
they
just
really do.
And I remember asking our son. I said, why is it people in Japan are the way they are? And his answer was very simple. In that people in Japan care about their neighbor before they care about themselves. Yeah. And I thought, well, it's so blatantly obvious. The only place I've ever been to, and you're taking a public transit, you're taking a bus, and the driver gets out of his seat, stands in front of the door, and bows to you as you enter the door. And as you leave the bus, he gets out of his seat and bows to you as you leave the bus. No, that's gratitude. That's being thankful.
And shopkeeper, when they give you your change,
two hands
like this, it's like they're saying thank you for shopping here. Yeah,
it's a different thing. Even a simple thing as getting a can of beans or something. You feel so compelled to remove the label and put that in one recycling bin.
Garbage disposal and recycling to a totally another level.
If you don't do that, you feel like you're violating.
You're violating this is what society is defined by. The order
and you're there. It doesn't take you long to adapt to the whole surrounding. Mm-hmm. Because everyone is doing it, and it's just a nice place to visit.
Yeah, it's clean. Nice it's clean.
Japan, and I'm really looking forward to your adventures. Kenya. Now that you've had the very public promise that they are coming to Nairobi.
Yes, we're coming to Nairobi.
Yes,
I have to use this to my advantage.
Kenyan Airways flies out of New York, I think.
Does it?
Yeah, I think Kenyan Airways.
Yes, we have a direct flight to New York.
To Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think it's normally affordable for you guys because I think they're trying to encourage that route.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
so they're
encourage a lot of that through Jamaica as well. Jamaica's, I think, has made some direct contact with some countries in Africa where they
yeah,
have
that would be
rights.
amazing because I think Kenya we still have to go through the US or
Yeah.
something to go to
Mm.
Jamaica. All right. Resume says I'm going to make some cards too. I think that is one thing that I think
Yeah.
that's why I think everybody should embrace in
Yes.
terms of
And
Yes.
it's there. We did ours through Vista Print
Just the print.
online. I believe that's just an online store. They weren't very expensive. We designed the card ourselves.
Yeah, we just send the design into them.
I created the little QR code, I think, through a website or whatever, and
Yes.
put it on
And
there. They just tap the QR code, and that takes them right to our page.
I like how it looks like, it looks like it mirrors your banner on the channel. Like you see, like when somebody goes up here, it's literally, I think I saw this and I noticed it mirrors, it's a mirror of
Yes,
what is
here
on
it
the
is.
channel. So the familiarity is really,
Yes.
it's really
Yes.
cool.
Yeah. And the cards are really helpful because there are times when
We've
you know,
gone through
I see-
thousands of these cards.
yeah, this is our second batch we're ordering. And we ordered
Oh wow!
we ordered them by the thousands.
Yeah. So we've given out a lot of cards. If you throw them away after we give them to you, that's okay too.
And what I always do is I always try to encourage people to turn the other side. I always try to encourage people to share it. To share it with families, share it with colleagues.
Nice.
And a lot of times if I see someone with their phones in their hand and I know they're quite versed in the technology, I say, look, just scan the QR code. This way I'll keep you don't need it. Just scan the code. Jump right in.
But not everybody, like, the younger people are so quick when they say, okay, just link me on YouTube or whatever. Sometimes you'll say that to somebody, an older person or our age, and they don't really understand how to do that. So the card is just a lot easier. And it's from our era. You give a business card, it's something tangible. You can hold on to it.
It's right up there with the rotary phone, eh?
Yeah. That's what you used to do. You used to have cards. You would look in your wallet, you look up a card, now everything's on your phone. But I don't know. It worked well for us, I think.
Mhm.
I think it worked well. We could be in the supermarket. He's always handing out
I don't care
cards.
where I am.
I love that. I wish I had that kind of confidence just to be giving out those cards randomly to
Yeah, I
strangers.
have cards in my office. I have cards in the car. I have them in my pocket. I have them everywhere.
Even Zuri
Everywhere.
now will say, Granny, do you want to give that lady a card?
Wait, your grandkids now is involved in this?
Because she sees him do it all the time.
Like, why are you not giving the card? Like,
Yes.
we are kind of used to this.
Yes. No, it's a good thing. And it promotes, because we thought of t-shirts, but we thought maybe, I don't think we're big enough for t-shirts yet, but maybe for our own personal selves or a handful of our friends and family wouldn't mind a t-shirt, but I don't know. We'll see.
Nilo. The Nilo t-shirt.
The Nilo t-shirt.
Oh yeah, like the mashup of your names, Nilo.
Yes. Nilo t-shirt.
Yes.
Nilo, like Nilo. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nilo t-shirt.
I don't know. We've been bouncing it around. We recently opened our membership.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult for me to think of what am I going to do for my membership content. And I need to put more work into it for my poor members that are there that are not getting their exclusive membership content the way they should.
Yeah.
Membership,
I think is actually, and YouTube is pushing membership aggressively.
yeah.
Because they're making money out of it. Because the other day I was looking at my statement on its studio, and I was like, oh my God, YouTube is smiling all the way to the bank with my membership. So that's why they keep dangling these carrots on me. My partner manager keeps talking about how I need to, I don't know, do something about for members. Now it finally made sense why they are pushing this member thing aggressively. In the US, I think now they're introducing some new, there's something new they're introducing, I think, to the American and the Canadian content creators, like free bonus memberships or something like that.
Well, it's a difficult thing, because when you're just starting and you're a small channel, you have a small membership group. So if you're putting out content that's only for your members, you're not just going to get
excluding everybody else.
You're not going to get a lot of engagement. So I have to. Well, what we wanted to do was we were thinking that Nino can do like, you know, like exclusive like cooking sessions with just members only, you know, for small things, or how to build your pantry or stuff like that. I'm working on it. You have to give me a little bit of grace. You have to
I
give me
love it. I mean, you guys are gonna be busy post retirement, clearly.
You're gonna be busier than ever.
yeah.
We
And
really
not
do.
only do we have grandkids, we also have elderly parents that we help with, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of the sandwich generation. We're kind of in between. So we have a lot to manage. Yeah.
And speaking of that, because you mentioned, David talked about that. He talked about something. Starting a YouTube channel for over 50. I know he did the 40 for the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah.
And one thing I liked when he said, for the over 50s who have started their YouTube channel, there's something that you're not worried about. You do have the experience.
Mhm.
Over 50 people, you have been so exposed to very different facets of the world. You really don't care so much about certain things anymore.
Yeah.
So in case there's somebody who's watching you right now and they're over 50 and they're like, maybe they've gotten that spark by listening to the two of you who are like talking about retirement now.
Yeah.
In case there's somebody there who is like over 50 and they're like thinking, this is for the young people.
Oh no. Oh no.
What is that one thing you'll tell them just to encourage them to get into the space? Because you guys are working, you are editing your own things. I'm sure even your kids sometimes look at you and they're like, what are these people up to?
This is something, and when it comes to social media, it's here to stay.
It's not going.
It's not going anywhere.
So
the
you
quicker
either
you evolve,
get on the bus or get left.
That's it.
Right? Get on the bus or you're getting left behind. And it's not as difficult as you might think. Now to
It
start,
does take a lot of work though.
when you see all these videos of all these bigger content creators, that takes some of them, it takes a team. Some of them they've been doing this for many years, so they know a lot of tricks and trade. When you start, just start simply, and your community will find you. For every video that you put up, somebody else is having the same problem or the same issue. The one thing about YouTube,
yes,
on the
true.
number one search engine in the world, right? So people who are having a problem go to YouTube to find the solution. So if you're over 50 and you're thinking, how am I going to retire? I don't have savings. Someone else is thinking the same thing. Make a video about it. Even if you're just talking, you don't have to have all the knowledge in that topic. Maybe your video is just about the anxiety about thinking of retiring, because millions of people are feeling the same way. It's just, and the other thing that I always tell him nowadays is nobody cares. Nobody cares. When he says, no, you can't do that because the light is this or the light is that, I'll be like, nobody cares. Do you think they're not going to watch the video because the light wasn't bright enough? Nobody cares. Right? So when you might be thinking, oh my God, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Put it up. If it's not good enough, the next one will be better. You will grow. You will grow. You're not going to be.
You just never know the kind of reaction you're going to get.
You're not going to be great right out the box. At the beginning, it's just going to be your friends and family that are probably watching you, just like us, right? And then slowly, as your stuff gets out into the space, you find a community. And it's funny. You find one person, you start watching that person, and then you start.
That's a ripple effect.
It's a ripple effect. And then you become a part of a community. And that's the way it starts. So I say go for it. You have nothing to lose. Nothing.
If you could go back in time, you remember you guys, I like what you said, that you're looking at your old videos and you're like, oh geez, you are stiff. You are like, eek.
Yeah.
If you go back in time and just looking at that particular content, when you guys were starting and when you uploaded your first video, the jitters, the nervousness, I don't even know what we are doing here. The editing is off. Maybe you missed the audio there for a bit. If you could go back to that version of Nilo, or Nino and Lo, what would you tell Nino and Lo?
I would actually tell them the one thing that Lo's always said to me: doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Goga, I'll give you an example. When we first started, even before we started filming, Nino would insist that the kitchen, because we have a white kitchen, and he would want the kitchen to look like a sterile bandage. Everything comes to the counter. If you look at those videos, it's so sterile. He only wants to focus on the dish that he's making. Nowadays, when you look in the kitchen, it's lived in. This is the reality. There might be a dish over there. There might be an extra something in that corner. That's just the way it is. We don't have to move every single thing so that the kitchen is so sterile. That, so you can see how we've gradually relaxed our standards, right?
Mhm.
It's fine. It's not that important. Like, it's okay. Like, nobody cares. Like, just do your thing. Or I'll tell him, just do what you're doing. Let me film, and I'll edit it the way I feel to edit. So, and
the most
no. The most important.
insulting
Wait. Let me know say.
Goga, the most insulting part is she has confessed to me the other day. You don't have the things that you're saying. It's on the editing floor. You just crushed my dream.
No,
just crushed
Goga.
my dream.
Sometimes he'll talk, and I'll be like, how long do you think this video is gonna be? The thing. So now I just let him talk, and I'll just edit him.
Let me go clip him. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So he probably watching the video and decided, but I thought I said this somewhere in there.
I'll edit it, and half of what he said doesn't make the cut because it's too long. It's too long. I'm sorry. Because the sweet spot for my videos, and I used to make them a lot longer. That's another thing. When you're first starting out and nobody knows you, don't make long videos. We used to do that.
Short, absolutely, because you want views and people come in.
Half an hour, 45 minutes. And now when I look back, I think, who the hell wants to watch a video like that? Oh, you're all ready to go. You're going to a birthday. Oh, you smell so nice.
Oh,
You're going to a birthday party?
she looks amazing.
Birthday.
Black Dude's birthday.
Okay.
Oh, she's adorable.
Something. Okay, I've been telling Goga that you're going to be replacing Lo. Okay, so we're going to show Goga a little something, right? Okay, here we go. Wagwan, beautiful people.
What's up, guys?
Welcome once again to another episode of Cooking with Nino.
And Zuri.
All right.
Oh!
Zuri?
Zuri, that was amazing.
Okay, she's going to replace her, right?
Wow.
Are you going to replace Grandma?
Yeah.
She's very comfortable.
Let me
She's
tell you,
really
this
comfortable on
little one,
camera.
her uncle in Japan almost every day. She's learning to speak Japanese.
What do you say?
Sayonara, konnichiwa.
How do you say my name is Zuri in Japanese?
Zuri.
Watashi
Watashi was Zuri this.
wa Zuri.
Oh wow.
Good. She
Guys,
starts school in September. How are you gonna? I'm gonna let you go to school. Are you excited to start school? I know you are.
What are you going to ask your teacher?
She's gonna ask her everything. She's gonna take over the class. She's gonna raid the classroom. That's for sure.
You know, Zuri is a Swahili name.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
it is, yeah.
Yeah, Zuri means good. It's
Did you hear that, Mama?
Did you hear what
Goga
you said?
said Zuri is Swahili, and it means Zuri is good.
Where are you
Yeah,
going?
Zuri is
You're going
good,
with
so
my business card.
You take a card with you to the party, and you just give it to everyone. Who always gives out the cards?
Wait, do you guys use your grandkids to like promote your channel?
Who always?
This is child labor. Are your kids aware that you're using their kids to like?
Oh, she is the biggest promoter of Nino and Lo. Are you gonna bring the cards to give the people for Nino and Lo? What's Nino and Lo? Is that YouTube? Okay. Go watch your
She's
video.
adorable.
Bring those back, honey.
I love how she's.
Said she has to give them to the people at the parties. She took the whole box.
Guys, these grandparents are using their grandchild to promote their channel.
You gotta use every little
I'm
edge.
your resource.
You gotta use every little edge.
all your resources.
Ooh, Red's room has custom knives. That's a thing.
Yes, custom knives.
Listen, Nino is such a snob when it comes to his equipment.
Yeah.
Those would have to be some good knives for him to put his name on them.
Right now, I've got some special knives that I use only.
Oh yeah.
And I'll get rid of everything else except for those.
Oh my goodness. Your kids, so you started your channel as a dare from your kids.
Yes.
When your kids look at your channel now and when they see the amazing growth you've had there, the things you're doing, because I'm sure half the time sometimes they're like staring at the video shooting happening. They find mom is busy editing and she's when she's off work or something, and then boom, a video has been released. What do they think? Like what conversations are you even having there?
They tell us all the time that we're doing great.
And their friends are also commenting to them.
Their friends watch us.
That they watch us all the time.
Oh, nice.
Your parents are doing really well.
He says that sometimes his people he hasn't seen for a long time say, "Oh, I saw your parents come up on my timeline," and I think they're all pretty proud of what we're doing. They say, "Oh man, that's sick! You guys reached 1 million views because we reached 1 million views. Go figure." We reached 1 million views. To me, that's mind-boggling. And at the beginning, we were always saying, "What's wrong with our channel? We can't get views. We can't get." I think we were just being impatient. I mean, it takes a little time once you first start, but we're at 1 million views and 857 videos now, and it's like there's no stopping us now.
We just keep going.
There's no stopping us now.
That's amazing, and it's really nice.
It's quite an achievement each and every time that we get an announcement about the various milestones that we've achieved. It just gives you that feeling of thank you. Yeah, we've done well, and not only have we done well, we continue to improve, which is what I want to see. As long as we keep moving.
And I mean, for those people who are just starting out, you do need your subscriber count to be a certain, what is it now, 1,000 or 1,500 to be monetized. Like
1,000.
Which is all well and good, but you see, once you reach that, stop watching your subscriber count. Honest to God, stop.
Actually, you have no business, by the way, after 1,000.
After that, who cares? Because if you look at your analytics, most of the people that are going to watch you are not subscribed. They 100%. Might watch you a couple times before they subscribe or whatever. But as long as you see channels with 80,000 subscribers and you'll see them doing a live with 3 people. So how does that compute? So as long as you reach your marker to get monetized, don't watch your subscriber count. Your subscribers will come as long as you need to watch your viewership, your watch time hours. As long as people are watching you, that's telling you that you're doing something right. As long as you keep, getting some small milestones. You don't have to grow from 0 to 100, but you just grow slightly. Shemaine, you want to say hello? Come and say hello to Goga. Goga and the community.
Zuri has like 100 Nino Lo cards in her bag.
You see, this is Zuri's dad, our son. He said that she just put about 100 Nino and Lo cards in her little bag. Careful. So this is our. So Tremaine, Goga just asked us. Now that you guys see what our channel is doing, what do you think about our channel? Or what do you guys think about your channel? You as our children, considering that you guys kind of we started on a dare when you guys told us that we couldn't do it. Now we did it and then some. What do you think about that?
Good job. It's going to be a full-time thing.
They can't see you.
They can see me. I'm in the back.
Okay.
They can see.
It's going to be a full-time job sooner. Not before a lot. They bring you right into retirement, give you something to do, keep you active, keep you hip. I think it's.
Ooh.
I like that hip. I like the hip part.
He thinks we're cool.
The internet is like a culture and a world of its own, right? So it's like when you can function in that realm, a lot of people who are like grandparent age don't know how to function on the internet. So the fact that it's cool.
And do you help us with the editing, with the thumbnailing, with the anything?
No, you can. You know how to do that. Those type of things.
Lo had to ask that, and I like how Shamin just said what you said during the conversation.
He tells us that his friends watch us.
Oh yeah, my friends watch for sure. Get recipes, gardening tips, whatever it might be. If they want to learn how to, whatever it is, they'll consult Nino and Lo before they.
There you go. And
I love.
a few videos now.
Are
Careful.
you going to, like, in case the kids want to start their own channels, you become now the consultants, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
You can be a consultant to our channel.
Yes.
Yeah, Zuri wants to start a channel. Zuri wants to start cooking shows. She wants to make Jello and.
Zuri wants to start cooking. We're gonna have cooking with Zuri soon. And
You-
Goku says Zuri Swahili, Tremaine. It means good.
I knew that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Makis,
And then
I
and then Zuri is hanging around Granddad too much. I mean, they're already co-hosting this.
He's like a common.
They're already co-hosting and stuff. And Lo,
No.
watch out.
I know.
Yuri.
But we have powwow sessions sometimes, Goga, when we try to figure out what we should be doing next on our YouTube page. And our son Tremaine here was getting us into the IRL streaming. That these young streamers now, the Kyle Sinats and all that, are doing this IRL, which means in real time.
Yeah.
So we me and him did one the other day, a couple weeks ago, where he was just following me around, and I tell you, we had so many people on that live. I was just doing what I regularly do. I went to Home Depot, I bought some plants, we went and got some food, and somebody on there came on there and said, "Oh my God, it's the Timu Oprah!" And I thought, they called me the Timu Oprah, but then I embraced it. So now I feel like I need to make a T-shirt that says Timu Oprah. Yeah, it was fun though. But you need a cameraman to follow you around. Ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, you can do it every once in a while, but
I know. It's hard, but this is what the kids are doing. All right.
Doing IRL is when you're just going about in the world every minute. I don't understand why YouTube does that whole copyright every time you hear background music.
Music at CME.
There's music all the time playing. I don't like that business with the copyright because you can't go out, you can't go to a concert, you can't, you know.
Yeah, because then it gives you like a whole burden of clearing these copyright claims and stuff. And
have fun.
See you. Have fun.
Have fun at your
bye, bye, Zuri.
Zuri, go.
Say bye to Goga.
Sayonara.
Oh, she wants to know, how do you say bye in Swahili?
Oh, Zuri, say kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Come here. Say,
Come learn Swahili.
because your name is Swahili.
Yeah, your name means good in of course your name means good in English from Swahili. For you to say bye, say kwaheri.
Say kwaheri.
Kwaheri. Hey!
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Okay.
Hey, she even got the R.
All right, have fun.
Baby.
That's adorable. Adorable. Guys, if there's anybody on the chat who wants to ask Nino and Lo any question, please do ask. Otherwise, I want to give them. I want to give them a chance because you guys, you're still going for your 4:30, so I'm going to I will.
The Timu Okra.
No, Oprah. David, I'm not Okra. Oprah. So guys, please do take a moment to ask anything in case you don't have anything to ask, because I know they are very chatty and they've captured a lot of ground on a lot of things.
I could be here talking all day. I'm a chatty Kathy. I chat. But
these are good one. You really kept us alive and going. So the last thing
we've never had this kind of outpouring of ourselves on our channel. We have a topic or something. So Goga's getting the exclusive inner workings of Nino.
And we just wanted to say big up and thank you guys, all the family, all the people from our community.
Yes.
Trini's living in Finland. Simone T. David, big up on herself. Pure love, pure nicest. Reds, come on. Reds is like a staple.
Oh my God! Look at everybody.
Appreciate you guys.
And classic hairstyle and vlogs is here.
Yes.
Swiss Hot Kitchen or Savis Hot Kitchen TV. See, we can't see it on the screen. We can only see it on here.
Classic hairstyle.
Did you say service mixed up kitchen or
Yeah.
I just tricked you?
Hot kitchen TV.
Hot kitchen.
Goga, don't mix me.
I just mixed you up a bit and I was like, and you had
Rachel, Otto. You know, usually I engage with the chat so
Life
much
with
more.
Andrea J and family, big up in yourself. You know,
But
man like David Hunt.
Goga, you have created such a wonderful community for all of us to
Absolutely.
engage and learn from all over. Like there's from 3 different continents at least, actually more, because Europe is in there. I've watched the World of Ragus on your page. I've watched several people. Lady Boss, Lady T.
Big Boss Lady T, yeah.
And there was another lady a couple months ago that had written a book. She was very
be okay media life or something.
Yeah, like you always come with the good, like people that we can relate to, and you know we need to give you the big thumbs up,
man.
because you
Enough
have
props,
been
enough
the
props,
glue
Goga,
in
for
this
real.
community. And I saw you early, I think it was early this morning, doing some yoga. Goga, I need to get into the yoga. You need to
And you're supposed to be asleep. That's the best time to do yoga so that people come into the
You know what she asked me that hour in the morning? You know what she asked me? What time do you think it is in Nairobi? I looked at the time, I said, time when you should be sleeping.
Exactly.
because I saw it and I said, is this really Goga doing a live? Because it was about 4 o'clock here, was it?
Yeah, Goga doesn't sleep, man.
And I said,
No. So I'm doing this challenge. I'm doing this yoga challenge, and I was like, oh, when is the best time when people would come and bother me on the stream? So I checked you check the YouTube analytics, and then you see
Yes.
your subscribers are not live around this time. So I picked the perfect time, like thinking nobody's going to be there. And then now people like you are watching in the bushes, so clearly.
I watched it for a little bit, and then I said, oh, I better go to sleep, because if Goga's up already, that means that we have to get up just now to do the live stream. So I thought,
It was like 6 in the morning for me. So
we used to take yoga a couple years ago, and it was the best
it was nice.
thing. We used to do
Most
it after our
relaxing.
workouts, but it was beginner yoga. We were just doing those early stretches, and we really need to get back to that. That was good.
Oh, good stuff. So I'm going to ask you now a series of rapid fire questions, and then I'm going to give you a chance to like sign off, so that I give you like enough time to go start your stream. Then of course I'm going to throw everybody over there for the raid as soon as you start. So if there's any question on the chat, you better drop it now as they answer the rapid fire questions that you normally ask the guests just before we release them. Okay, so these are, don't overthink them. I know you.
Who answers?
Okra.
Doesn't matter who answers.
Okra.
No, you can bounce off answers. I think off each other, depending on who. I think I'm sure you'll be looking at each other most of the time to answer these questions. So there are like only 6 quick fire questions, and they're very. You'll just be laughing at them half the time anyway.
Okay.
Number 1. What's the most Canadian thing you have embraced, and one thing that you still shake your head at?
The most Canadian thing that I embrace.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Oh.
Say hockey.
Yeah, maybe hockey. I like hockey.
And I still resent winter.
No, and the thing that I don't like poutine. Poutine, that's a Canadian fast food. That's the French fries with the cheese curds and the gravy. My kids love it.
Yeah.
I'm
still not a big fan of winter.
I love winter. I cannot be without winter. I cannot live in Africa. I need the change of seasons. So that I have to have some winter. I've embraced the weather.
Nino, actually, I'm afraid when Nino comes to Kenya, you may end up going back alone.
You better know it.
Nino,
I would stay in Kenya.
Nino, when he hits the continent, he's going to love
I'm gonna lose my mind.
He will be like, he'll be right at home. Like, you know, when he speaks, I'm just like, this guy will love Kenya. Like, he's gonna love Kenya. Like,
you are.
Okay. Second question. Favorite Canadian comfort food?
Oh, I know mine. It has to be Tim Hortons coffee. That's not really a food, but I'm a coffee addict. And
I
Tim
love
Hortons is like our Canadian staple that's on every
me-
corner. It's not gourmet, it's just trashy coffee. And that's my favorite thing.
At least we do know Nino is not going to call it. They call the barista.
Pancake with real
Ooh.
maple syrup.
Ooh.
Oh wait, Nino.
Canadian
Wait.
maple syrup.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Real maple syrup. It's amazing.
Mm.
Not
Wait,
the
Nino.
Amsterdam thing in the bottle.
You know what do you mean real maple syrup? What have we been having?
No, you've been
No,
having
the Canadian maple
real
syrup.
maple syrup. Okay,
It's
that
a-
pancake syrup that you buy in the
That's
store,
just
Goga,
sugar. That's just
that's
sugar.
not real maple syrup. If you have
Oh.
real maple syrup,
Mhm.
you'll see the difference, like day and night.
They tap the
Real
maple
maple
trees
syrup.
in the winter, and it drips like a faucet dripping, and
Mhm.
Ooh,
it's
Not that-
expensive.
Not
the
that
real
stuff
maple
that says
syrup
Aunt
is
Jemima,
expensive,
that's just sugar. Not that.
but it's
Real
very
maple syrup.
it's very good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
all right. Dream garden plant you haven't grown yet.
My
Mm.
dream garden plant.
Of course, I know you've tried okra and the garden has kind of, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I do want to try okra. I've been wanting to grow cantaloupes. I don't think, and I watched
Do you have a season
somebody's.
for it?
I don't think my season is long enough. And I watched somebody's video. I don't remember who, and she grew her cantaloupe. She had so much cantaloupe, and she juiced them, and she was showing all the
Really?
things that she was making from.
Did she
I've-
start that from inside, or she
No,
didn't?
she lives somewhere where
Really?
she has a long season. But I've always wanted to try growing cantaloupes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And certain
Did
roses.
Okay,
This
that
rose plant that I had that it died, and I haven't been able to find that variety again.
Mm.
right. And then you're getting a compliment here by Kay. This was an awesome live, Goga. Nino and Lo. Wow, just wow, just wow.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate you.
Let's see those nice green hearts for you. The next question is probably for Nino. One kitchen disaster that never made it to YouTube. Even I'm laughing at that one.
One kitchen disaster that's never made it to
Oh,
YouTube.
I know one. What was it that you were making? Was it chicken? Where you almost burned down the house? And
Oh, yes, She,
Yeah,
listen, I had a mishap with this chicken one time. It was so bad. Now, I was doing a bit of an experimental thing. I was trying something new, and the oil was too hot. So when I put the chicken in, it got burned really bad.
I should have filmed.
And
I should have put it.
No, you took it
that
out
was
of
the content.
we were having a live one Sunday, and she took it out of the garbage and showed it to everyone.
And I made it into a
Oh
thumbnail.
my goodness! Yeah, that was an embarrassing.
But I should have
moment.
filmed the video. The house was full of
The
smoke.
Yeah, there was a
All
lot
the
of smoke.
smoke alarms were going off.
Were the grandkids in residence or they were out or?
They were probably here somewhere.
yeah. It was
Wow.
bad.
I should.
That was content. That was it.
I don't know
It would've
why
been.
I didn't film it. That was certainly
It would have
content.
been. Yeah.
He doesn't usually make mistakes like that, or
Yeah, that.
what he considers a mistake. The rest of us in the house it's fine.
Yeah.
Like if he
I think
thinks
the
the
oil-
sauce isn't perfect or something, and he thinks it's a fail, it tastes fine to us.
The oil just got way too hot, and I didn't realize that it was that hot.
Mm.
And when I put the chicken in, it just
Wow.
yeah.
Lo, where were you?
That was
Lo,
bad.
where were you? Did you have to run to see what's
But
happening?
she ran and opened the door
I
and
had to
let the
open the
smoke out,
front
and
door. I had to open all the windows.
the
I
smoke
had to.
alarms are going
The
off.
smoke alarm is going crazy.
Why your informer guests did they come to check what's going on? Or no?
No, not really. They're on the next level down. So.
No, but you remember that live? One of Tremaine's friends was
Mhm.
visiting his
Oh, that's
parents,
right, yeah.
and he saw us live making something, and
And
he
he came
just
to
and
the
he
door.
showed up, and he it happens all the time.
Yeah.
That happens all the time.
All right.
Actually,
Okay.
this happened the other day. We're cooking something.
And
Someone said, "Oh,
Edwin.
Edwin came by.
he
goes,
saw us on
I
the
saw
live
you guys on the
barbecuing,
live, so I came over for my barbecue."
and he had barbecue.
This is good. This is a good way of people subscribing to the channel because they get to
Oh,
get
there you
when
go.
it is happening. Nice. Second, last question. This one you guys may have technically answered. The travel bucket list destination. Other than Kenya, of course. Let me remove myself from it so that you can
Where do I
travel bucket list destination.
Well, remember we were supposed to go. We had a trip planned, and then it got canceled because the people that were traveling with us that was going to be our tour guide. Something happened, and we postponed it, and we never really planned it again.
That was the one of Seychelles.
It was the Seychelles Islands, and that's
wow.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Seychelles.
Yeah,
and that got canceled on us, and
because they speak. Is it French?
Yes.
It's a variation of French and something. It has a name.
She comes from there, so we were gonna go there with another couple, and it never came to fruition. But it's still on our bucket list. I mean, we have a little bit of French, un petit peu, but because we learned French in school. And me being the brainiac that I am, I took French all the way to grade 13 in high school at the advanced level. And now it's like I haven't used my French in so many years, so I don't really parlez-vous français. But at
least Nino is using it when trying to showcase his prowess when it comes to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Oh, this one you've answered. So maybe Nino, coffee or tea? Of course, Lo says coffee.
Tea.
I'm a coffee girl.
Tea, I'll take tea every time.
I'll drink coffee.
Yeah, I'm not
when I'm going to my bed, when I wake up. She's coffee.
She's a coffee junkie. She has to drink
and
coffee.
And that's because I've been a night nurse for 25 years.
Oh, yeah, so you're always powered by caffeine.
Coffee.
Yeah.
It's coffee.
I don't like the taste of coffee.
Love it.
Oh, unless
especially
actually, Kenyans supposed to have some good coffee.
The best coffee I've ever had
some good things
is in
Kenyan
a little dive, in Jamaica, up in the hills somewhere, where they mix it sweet milk. It's like she pounded the thing. It's like a real handmade coffee, and it was so good. I've never tasted coffee like that. And it was just this little dive bar. It was so good.
Nino is so proud right now. Like he feels the palm, like he's just beaming. Like, oh, finally she admitted it.
Yes. No, I do get some enjoyment out of those little trips in the country. I like when we're going on our driving tours and I can just see people and I wave and I, engage in conversation. It is nice. But when it comes time to sleep and there's no air conditioning and the mosquitoes are eating me alive, I don't like that.
You just took you just went.
Right. That's when I need my 5-star resort. But
so we have Kenya on the bucket list now.
Yeah, no, I really and truly need to go to Africa. My niece keeps saying Ghana. Definitely. I want to go. Someone else went to Tanzania.
I want to go to Tanzania.
And they said how Tanzania, I saw her pictures, was gorgeous.
Remember Mark used to live in Tanzania.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, Tanzania, that's our next door neighbor. We literally just crossed the border with.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's our next door.
Awesome. I can't wait.
So I need to come and spend a little time so I can visit different places.
Yeah. Blue Mountain Coffee.
That's
Blue Mountain Coffee.
Blue Mountain is good coffee. That's some good coffee.
All right. You're being asked which is the best food that both of you love preparing and eating.
Oh boy. What about you? What do you love?
I think the best thing that I know how to make that everybody else would agree with is lasagna. I do a good lasagna.
But you have not made a lasagna in a long
I can't let my craft go,
I remember growing up, because we grew up together literally. She made an amazing lasagna.
I still do sometimes.
And what I like to make, as far as I'm concerned, I make something called aglio and olio. Aglio and olio. Very simple. Mm-hmm. Garlic and olive oil. That's it. Freshly ground pepper with pasta and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Nothing else.
It's so good.
The most amazing thing. Simplicity.
So good.
But
you see, now Jessica has taken the reins from her dad. So when we have Thanksgiving,
her daughter cooks.
And Jessica, and sometimes our niece Kiana, and of course Denya, our adopted daughter, she'll come. and they'll handle the food, and the amount of food. I think, did we ever put that on our channel? I'm not sure.
Not
But
sure.
the amount of food that you see here on a Thanksgiving, crazy work.
Yeah.
At least for Lo, you get to have your hands free and keep your nails.
Oh no, it's not free. I'm doing
Wow,
She's
the
a cleaner
cleanup
upper.
crew.
She organizes the cleanup.
I thought you had spent the entire agony. It's like, oh, I'll stay away from the kitchen. I
Yeah,
just
once I finish cook and I walk out of there,
He's
I'm
done.
done. I don't go back in there.
And he cooks like he's in a restaurant. He beats an egg. He uses a little dish. He puts that down. He's doing something.
He's like, I'm not
Be washed.
I'm not gonna clean it.
No, and he doesn't clean it, which is fine. He does that level of cooking, and everybody's happy. Yes, it's done.
Yes.
And everybody's satisfied, and he gets all the praise and compliments, but I never get any for
Yes,
the
you do.
cleanup.
I praise you. I share it with you. I praise you all the time.
Oh boy.
Right. Guys, a good story is good until another one is told. These guests have sat here. Time flies like crazy. Can you imagine? It's almost 4 hours.
We
And
were
we
here for 4 hours.
That's great.
Yeah, time flies.
It's been a lot of fun. It really has been a lot of fun. It's been
Thank you. You guys have been fun. I think it's just been comedy from the beginning. This was nice.
Kanini.
Yes.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you said it good.
Oh,
Kanini. Yeah, it's been Goga. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I was nervous about coming here with
Wait.
eats.
What do you mean you're nervous? You've been like running your mouth on YouTube about how you need to go do your hair. Guys, I've been seeing Lo in people's live streams saying, guys, I'm going to the Sunday service next month. I need to go and get rid of this brain.
Listen,
And I was like, what's wrong with this woman?
I had these dusty braids, and I said, I need an appointment before the 24th. I'm not going on Goga's show with these old summer braids. So I managed
So
to
funny.
just get in. So it all worked out in the end.
But thank you. I thank you so much. For you, I think for me, I just kept on laughing at the humor because I think now everybody knew that Nino and Lo are coming to the Sunday service today. So because of the humor and how you marketed it based on your braids, it was so much fun. And I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for the time. Technical difficulties notwithstanding, I don't take it for granted. I think this was really worth it, and I'm glad that even though we had to guys, these people are busy. I had to be on a 1 month wait list, but it was definitely worth it. It was definitely worth it. They said, Goga, let us block this date. We've checked our calendars. Our people have confirmed, and I'm glad that it happened and it worked out either way.
Yeah. I think once we had the date in place, we knew that it was locked in. You weren't going to get me to do anything. I'm on Goga that day.
Yeah.
And you're in Jamaica. Weren't you in Jamaica just the other day? You came back just recently.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just got back from Jamaica the other day. And unbeknown to Lo, the boys were talking about going to Thailand.
Oh.
So I've got a good friend of mine that teaches English in Korea.
That's okay.
And then one of my best friend that lives not too far away, another friend of mine that's a dentist. They've all said, "Hey, let's go play golf in Thailand." He's got some time off before he goes back to work. Let's do so. I don't know yet. I don't know if the dates are going to work out. I'm still looking at that. But
It's a great place. It's hot though, but very.
yeah,
But
muggy.
yeah, you'll enjoy it though. There's a king there and stuff. I lived there briefly when I went for my meditation training. So I had to stay at the monastery with the monks and live the monastic life. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was nice.
Come to the Sunday service because you've lived an interesting life. We need to interview you on the Sunday service. I volunteered to be the interviewer.
By all means, let's make it happen.
I want to have the rapid fire questions in hand. I want to be I'm Team Oprah, don't you know?
The team Oprah.
Call me the Team Oprah. Oh,
I know.
disrespect.
Good vibes is saying Goga. They be telling on each other. These ones are always telling on each other. And these ones have the time when you're on their live stream. they even forget that they're on a live stream. They start having their own side conversation, and you are there.
Yeah.
So you're like, you are kind of stuck. You're like, okay, are these people actually aware that they are live?
Yes.
Because they're having their own side
my-
chat.
Oh my gosh.
Have we been like that from the first time we sat down? From the moment we sat down, we
Yeah.
just kept.
But even today, I was just like, I could tell, like, Nino was like trying to peep off the window, like, okay, we have to concentrate. We are at the Sunday service, but there are some receipts outside this window. But anyway, let's focus. Let's focus. You have to be professional.
Oh my gosh.
You guys have been fun. Thank you so much for your
It's been a
time.
pleasure.
It's been amazing. I am going to put you on a solo layout so that you can sign off, and then I will release you so that you can go talk to the few people that you have, and then I'm going to throw people over your way once I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Over to you.
Okay. Well, all right. You want us to talk to the crowd?
Yes, like okay, you can say bye, or if you don't, I mean,
No,
I'm
let's
just-
talk about the comment. Oh, the comment responses. Yes, thank you very much, Reds. I just
Yeah.
wanted to say I've met a lot of new people. I've through what's his name, Uncle Barry. I think I just kind of got on
barring
Barry.
walking exercise.
Yes, and I've been getting a lot of people that are connecting to me through there, and just in general, in the last month, we've got a lot of surge in new subscribers. I try
Nice.
my best to answer every single comment that comes to my page, either myself or Nino. Most of the time, it's me that's answering. And if I don't answer you right away, please don't take offense. I will eventually get to you. And if you subscribe to me, I will eventually subscribe back to you. But you know how, there's a little protocol and YouTube has, it might not be right away, which is not the right way to do it. I will eventually come and support. Ask Nino, I'm up till the wee hours of the night watching you guys, trying my best to keep up with my community. Doesn't always work, but I always circle back. So, don't despair. I will answer and we will connect. Just keep watching and we'll keep watching you, and the community will grow, and we will all be able to eat our food, as Nino says, on these YouTube
And
streets.
as they save the best for last, I want to say thank you guys very much for letting us into your space and allowing us to express ourselves here today on Goga's show. It's been a pleasure, Goga, you having us here. And as Lo said, she tried to respond to all these comments and queries that are coming our way. So all I'm saying to you guys, you keep strong, be strong, and continue to go up
Yes.
as we progress in these YouTube
And
streets.
please, guys, everybody, at all costs, protect our wonderful Yoga with Goga, because he is keeping us all
Yes,
connected
ma'am.
here. He's
Yes,
giving
ma'am.
us all the YouTube teachings, showing us how to do things the right way. And I'm telling you, it is making a difference because we're all growing together, which is how it should be, right?
That's right.
So we have to say thank you to Goga
Thanks
for having
again.
us.
And as we say in the old Nino and Lo style, what's that? We're
We're out.
out.